All right. It is 10:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We never stream at this time, ever. But I have the day off from work, and I don't want to think about work on my day off. And I've got a bunch of video games that I've been enjoying, and I thought about playing those today on my day off. But I have been I have been fighting against hyperfocus for Pathfinder 2 and learning more about Pathfinder 2. And so I am starting a game tomorrow night as a player, and I don't have my character finished. And honestly, I don't 100% know how to play. Now, admittedly, the other people in the group are also in the same situation that I'm in. They're beginners, and we're all figuring it out together, and the DM knows that. It's being really patient and all that, and that's cool. And we're going to have session 0/1 tomorrow night and learn more about, how to play and what the expectations are and things like that. But like overall, it still feels like a lot. So so yeah, I just kind of want to try and get my character sheet done here. I guess I'll have to set it back up again in Foundry unless there's some cool way to import from pathbuilder2e.com into Foundry. Maybe there's a mod or something that'll let me do it. We will have to see. All right. I'm going to swap out the music, I think. There we go. Okay. So I'm playing in Abomination Vaults. My DM told me that it might be a good idea to read the player's guide for the adventure so that when I'm building my character kind of makes sense for the adventure. As a DM who really appreciates it when his players actually take that advice and do that, and I don't have to be like, well, you're a special robot alien clone from another dimension and timeline, and that's why you're here and you fit in this setting. I'm gonna go ahead and just take their advice, and I'm gonna look it up. All right, so we have this guide here, this player's guide, and it is 11 whole pages long. And let's see, player's guide has coming together, cosmic caravan, the Pantheon, and then Otari Gazetteer. Alright, when the mysterious lighthouse called Gauntlight glows with baleful light, the people of Otari suspect that it's an ominous prelude to sinister events. Heroes must explore the ruins around the lighthouse and delve into the dungeon levels below. Hideous monsters, deadly traps, and vengeful ghosts all await the heroes who dare to enter the sprawling mega dungeon called the Abomination Vaults. So let me stop you right there. If you follow any of my games that I run, you might assume that my favorite parts of D&D are stupidly unbalanced boss fights and role playing. And that is true, especially as a DM. As a DM, I like the thrill of making a boss just hard enough that they barely make it, but not so hard that everybody dies and feels horrible about it. And sometimes I fail. Sometimes I do make a boss that's too strong. And then sometimes I have a boss that they just whoop the shit out of it in like one round, and we all just sit there like, oh, that happened. Now I know there's advice out there about, faking hit points and things like that, but like sometimes, it is what it is. Like they just completely overpower your boss and you got nothing. And sometimes you went way too far in that direction and it's real hard to ratchet it back down. So I'm getting off topic here. What I really like as a player, I like dungeon crawling. Like I really do enjoy dungeon crawling. Maybe it's because I started the game back in 2nd edition and I am an old Gronard dinosaur in my heart, but like I love dungeon crawling. And so when I heard that there was a level 1 to 10 dungeon crawl that was just dungeon crawling, you crawl in a dungeon time, I was very excited about that. So I'm also looking forward to it as an opportunity to focus on mechanics, because I don't want to be in a campaign with a lot of role playing to learn the system, right? Because I already know how to role play. I role play a lot, so I don't need that, and I don't really need to do exploration right now because right now I want to learn the meat, right? I want to get in there on the meat of the system, and I feel like that is the 3 action economy combat system. So I figured a super dungeon is the best learning ground possible for me to learn the system firsthand as a player, because it's just nothing but skill checks, nothing but combat, and I'm hoping that it ends up being the perfect like danger room, right? Like the X-Men have, like, for like just training myself up here. All right, so let's see. Coming together, Abomination Vault's adventure path near the small town of Atari. Lore. Let's see. A robust and spoiler-free description of the town can be found in this player's guide. While this gazetteer does mention things that aren't frequently discussed in polite company, such as the rough crew that hangs out in the Crook's Nook, the contents of this gazetteer, I hope I'm saying that right, are considered common knowledge amongst Otari citizens. It's possible for some, or even all the heroes, to hail from Otari, but that isn't necessary. Although most of the campaign's action takes place in the dungeon, about a half hour to the north, in the swampy Fog Fen, the heroes will return to Otari many times. It's a dungeon town, and should come to rely on its people. The heroes might or might not know each other, but all of them should have a friend in common. The town's eccentric oddities merchant, Vryn Sivin. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's do this together. We're just going to break it down. This is what they teach us in school. I'm going to assume SI is C. CV Nixie. Sivanixi. Okay. Vryn Sivanixi. Nope. Turn it into a Polish name. Vryn Sivanixi. Okay, we could do this. The hardest thing in Pathfinder so far, I think. Vryn's mixture of tiefling and elven ancestry is impossible to miss. Her eyes are devoid of pupils, small ram horns curl from around her elven ears, and her fingertips sparkle with motes of glittering light. So NPC mommy. Great. Vryn is more than a collector of unusual items in occult lore. She's a scholar of the stars who possesses curious foresight about strange events. Perhaps this foresight drove her to build a friendship with the heroes in the first place. In any case, Vryn collects the heroes to tell them of the strange light she has seen around Gauntlight, the mysterious inland lighthouse deep in Fog Fen. The campaign can begin. All right, well, that's pretty simple. Yes, it's definitely old fantasy name versus oldest fantasy name, which I'm a fan of. Remember, if you look up the fantasy name generator for old Faerun, it's names like Brandon and Jacob, names that are very, very easy for a basic pitch white boy to remember. But since I'm going to make Vryn Sivanixi my patron, I'm going to go ahead and try to learn. I'm going to make a little cheat card, I guess, to remember how to say her name. Because my character's also a tiefling with ram horns and cute little ears. And so this is perfect. Maybe we bonded over the fact that we both have devilish blood or something. Let's see. There isn't any restriction on character alignments in Abomination Vaults. The heroes aren't likely to be evil, as they should care about the fate of the Otarians people, but characters of any alignment can investigate strange clues and seek their fortunes in dungeons. Well, that's refreshing to hear in in an official adventure. Ancestries. For being a small town, Otari has an exceptionally open-minded view of the people from elsewhere. In part, this attitude is due to the town's proximity to the cosmopolitan metropolis of Absalom, which I know Absalom better from Absalom Station in Starfinder, but I get the general gist. It's the biggest city in the world. Only a few days travel away. Townspeople in Otari, only a few days away? How is this dungeon not already delved? Okay, I can see some urgency there. Townspeople in Otari might consider other people strange, certainly. Vryn Sivanixi... Sivanixi is considered a good-natured eccentric by most, but that's due to personal behavior, not ancestry. As the characters spend a lot of time delving into dark dungeons, an ancestry with dark vision has advantages, but isn't necessary. Well, we got that, bitch. In short, any ancestry makes a good fit for Abomination Vault's adventure path. I like that they established that. Like, you don't have to worry about fantasy racism in this adventure, in this town, for these reasons. Classes. Members of any class will have plenty of moments to shine in the Abomination Vault's adventure path, but keep in mind that dungeon delving makes up a significant part of this campaign. Characters who excel at diplomacy or deception will certainly have opportunities to talk their way out of dangerous situations and make allies out of enemies, but there's not really a web of intrigue or and influence in the vaults to support characters who excel at such things. Well, we might have to go back and adjust our skills then. Characters who can handle themselves in a fight with bizarre and monstrous foes will excel, but so will knowledgeable characters like bards and wizards who can unlock some of the mysteries the dungeon presents. Traps and hidden doors abound in dungeons, so a rogue makes an excellent addition to any Abomination Vault's party. We have 3 characters. None of them are rogues. It's very important that I point that out. Hey, what's up, Urza, a.k.a. Stone, a.k.a. what are the other people that's going to be playing in this tomorrow? Let's see. Are you off today? Are you secretly watching from work? No, don't answer if it'll get you in trouble. All right. Well, now I feel bad that we don't have a rogue, but I really wanted to play a spellcasting character. Oh, you got our thievery covered? Okay, sweet. Languages. Although common will likely suffice for most heroes, certain other languages might prove useful to know. Aklo, Elven, and Undercommon all have some use during this adventure path. Skills. Alright, we should probably take a note of that. Aklo, Elven, and Undercommon. Alright. The heroes will perform best if their party contains a well-rounded selection of skills and feats. Acrobatics and athletics are important for the physical mobility required in dungeons, while occultism can particularly helpful to identify the strange creatures and decipher the clues that await in this particular Eldritch rune. The best lore skills include Cavern lore, Otari lore, and Spirit lore, but many other lore skills might come into play. As far as good feats to take, Canny Acumen helps to spot or avoid dangers, while feats like Incredible Initiative and Toughness make winning a fight much more likely. Interesting. These are all things that I had not considered at all for my character. Because I was just going to follow this guide I found online that was like, be stupid. Summoner doesn't need intelligence. And I was like, cool. I'll just be a dummy that has a really cool monster follow them around. But now I'm starting to wonder. The following backgrounds are particularly suitable for characters in the Abomination Vault's adventure. Planning for the end. The Abomination Vault adventure takes characters from 1st to 10th level and concludes at about 11th level. So that means to say you'll be 11th level at the end of the adventure and you won't get to enjoy being 11th level. That's what I'm assuming. There are certainly opportunities to continue the campaign, such as with the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix adventure path, which starts at level 11 and begins in the next volume after Abomination Vaults concludes. Well, shit! As such, keep in mind that if you've got your eye on a particular 12th or 15th level feature, it's not something you're likely to get the chance to select during this adventure path. Appreciate that honesty. In the player's guide, so the DM doesn't have to tell them. Alright, heroes can select any background and need not confine their selection to those provided below. People come from all walks of life to seek their fortunes, after all. Among the backgrounds presented in the core rulebook, the best choices are Acolyte, Bounty Hunter, Farmhand, Field Medic, Guard Hunter, Martial, Disciple, Miner, Nomad, or Scout. Well, I think Saloon Entertainer has a good reason to go dungeon delving. Maybe. Here are some new ones, just for this adventure. Well, not just for this adventure, but I guess introduce the adventure. Bibliophile, you love few things more than a good book. As a result, Odd Stories is your favorite shop in Otari. The bookseller, Morlabint, supplies you with fiction, anthologies, and other delightful reads. And he's always eager to discuss his latest finds with you. You know what imagination is the greatest... You know that imagination is the greatest magic, but working knowledge of actual magic helps too. Choose 2 ability boosts. One must be int or charisma, and one is free. You're trained in the Arcana skill and the library lore... The library lore skill... Let me look at this character sheet. There's no library skill. Is that... Did they make that shit up? Is there a library skill? What is a library skill? Now I'm kind of into that. Alright. I kind of want to redo my summoner as like a big nerd. Like the biggest nerd. Alright. You're a trained physician who can ably tend wounds of any kind, but more than a practitioner, you're a scholar. Some cultures shape flesh to extreme degrees, creating aberrations from human forms. The flesh forges of the distant necks practice this flesh warping, as do certain subterranean societies. You hope to one day study. You know, I'm not really interested in that one. All right. Fogfen Taleteller. You know there are monstrous things out in the swamp known as fogfen. You've seen these things through the mist, gliding through the murky water and heaving themselves over sodden bits of land. No one in Otari believes your tales of swamp monsters from the depths, even when you embellish the creatures of your stories with fangs, wings, or tentacles. You'll just have to prove. All right, real quick. I'm loving all these backgrounds, but going off the bibliophile as a summoner, what about this? Hear me out. What about this? Like a super nerd, right? That loves books, and their eidolon just comes out of the books. Like, so they like open the book, and then like the thing from the it just like comes out of the book, and then it's like made out of like constantly like turning and spinning like pages of the book, and then it like assumes the form of like fairy tale monsters and stuff like that as it does its different attacks and moves and everything, but it's almost just like this amorphous mass of like shifting pages. I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember the anime Read or Die, but there was like an anime about like a secret agent who was a librarian and she could control paper, and it was actually very cool. Anyways, I'm kind of thinking that might be a good angle to take. Let's see. You have to prove to them that the... Okay. You'll just have to prove to them that there truly are monsters out there, or that they were wrong to doubt you. Oh, and that they were wrong to doubt you. Market runner. Kalino Lathanar, the proprietor of Otari Market, is a grim and bitter man. A werewolf named Yal, Mesmin mauled his wife, Ayla, to death 30 years ago. Kalino has never forgotten or forgiven this attack, and he believes against all odds that Yal has evaded justice and is alive and well. Running errands for Kalino around town, you've gotten to know him, and almost as well as you know Otari, Kalino's suspicions have rubbed up on you a bit, and you keep a wary eye on other people, particularly around the full moon. Are they hinting that there's werewolves in this adventure? I hope so. Let's see. Rune Delver. You've looked through some of the smaller ruins in Otari hinterlands, but have never quite built up the courage to check out the creepy lighthouse called Gauntlight. You've heard that these ruins are pretty well picked over and mostly collapsed, but you always planned to someday explore them and perhaps find some bauble left behind from the centuries-old battle where Roseguard slew an evil sorcerer. Is Roseguard like the name of an ancient adventuring party? Because that sounds pretty cool. I wonder what our adventuring party is going to be named. It's exciting. Let's see. Where was I? You know that the crumbled stone of old ruins has a tendency to shift, and so you'd better step lightly if you get a chance to explore Gauntlight. All right, we got Star Watcher. You're one of Rin Sivinixi's closest confidants. You spent many long nights with her under the stars, learning tales associated with the cosmic caravan and how the heavens can predict the future. You know that Rin has paralyzing claustrophobia. She sees menace in angles and danger in confined spaces, which is why her shop is an all-domed canvas that opens to the sky. Oh, that's cool. If Rin thinks there's trouble, you'll be the first to offer help. Aw, that's pretty neat. Let's see. Witchlight Follower. While in a dismal forest or remote swamp, you caught sight of a string of lights bobbing through the trees. You stepped forward to take a look, and then still further when the lights retreated a few spaces. Then you remember the rumors, will-o-wisps, rushlights, corpse lanterns, whatever they're called. Such evil creatures lead people to their doom. With supreme effort or will, you broke free from the alluring enchantment, and you resolved to never let the strange lights of the remote wilderness claim you. Again, you specifically have the made-up skill, Wisp Lore. I love that you could have made-up skills! Oh my god. Alright, you gain the terrain expertise skill feat with both swamp terrain and subterranean bodies of water. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright. Cosmic Caravan Pantheon. As a friend of Rin Svenixi, the heroes all know that she follows a pantheon of deities collectively known as the Cosmic Caravan. Any hero who wants to can also follow this caravan. The rules for following a pantheon are set forth on page 92 of Pathfinder Lost Omens and Gods, and detailed in the Cosmic Caravan are as follows. Areas of concern, divine skill, blah blah blah. I'm not a cleric, I don't need to worry about this shit. The Cosmic Caravan is known to astronomers and astrologers alike as a collection of constellations in the sky said to travel forever in a circle around the star Cynosure. The association of a diverse array of gods and demigods thematically linked with the stars and the space between is relatively new faith that first rose to prominence during Starfinder. To prominence in Western Avestan, particularly in Varisia, Nidal, and Ravunel. The deities worshipped by the faithful of the Cosmic Pantheon include a bunch of people. Someone's just named Black Butterfly. Alright, I'm kind of down with that shit. Wait a minute. And the outer god Yog Sothoth, I don't think you should be worshipping that person. This faith has been gaining ground, particularly in Nidal, where the worship of the night is overwhelmingly associated with Zan Kuthon, and a rising number of Cosmic Caravan worshippers seek to oppose, or one day even overthrow, the Midnight Lord's theocracy to reclaim the night from the implication that all those who dwell in the dark are evil. Alright, yeah, sign me up. I don't have a religion. That sounds good. Otari Gazetteer. Otari is a thriving, diverse lumber town and trade port with a storied past and its fair share of sinister secrets. Founded by a group of adventurers, as all dungeon towns do, over 400 years ago, the town has weathered attacks from kobolds and strange monsters, economic woes and windfalls, and cycles of prosperity and strife. Today, the town is a prosperous community and one of the largest settlements along the island's southern coast. Otari is nestled in a coastal valley between two looming cliffs. The Osprey River flows into the sea through the middle of this valley, and the sturdy stone to either side of the river supports hundreds of buildings and a deep harbor. That sounds like a really cool town. Let's see. Words are hard. Otari rarely floods, but the numerous caves, warrens, and channels dug beneath the town do so regularly. Through day-to-day life in Otari resembles any small town, its skyline stands out due to the enormous water wheel at its eastern edge, the ingenious and enormous flume that brings lumber down the cliffside for easy transportation, and a stunning domed temple to Serenray to the west. The town's location near the major highway and its long history as a home to various adventuring parties draw many visitors. Lively trade passes through means unusual wares, even magic items, aren't too difficult to find. Okay. Just over 1,200 people live in Otari, while most of its residents are humans. Some are dwarves, elves, and other ancestries also live here. The majority of its residents work in the local fishing and lumber industries. For the most part, people in Otari are friendly and welcoming, though they prefer its small town feel and make lighthearted fun of visitors from big cities. Coffee is a mainstay. Fuck yeah. A favorite drink among the hardworking and early risers of the town. Osef Menheims, a descendant of one of Otari's founders, has served multiple terms as the town's elected mayor, thanks to his easygoing efficiency and the townspeople's general deference to tradition. He also runs one of the town's main lumber companies, making him wealthy as well as influential. Alright, who's who in Otari? In addition to the Tiefling Curio vendor and the Stargazer, Vryn Sivanixi, the heroes are likely to encounter some of the following individuals during their adventures in and around Otari. Wah! I don't need to know all of this to play that game. Let's keep going. Gathering places, signature piezo headshots of important NPCs, beautiful. Gathering places, landmarks, the giant wheel. Some nerd. Let's see. The Rose Guard. An adventuring party who made their name in Absalom. The Rose Guard defeated the villainous Belcora Havrek. Okay, we could do this. Defeated the villainous Belcora Haruvex and founded the logging town of Otari. Today, the people of Otari continue to respect and honor the Rose Guard on Founders Day, the third day of D's Nuts. Did they really say that one of the months on their calendar was D's Nuts? That feels like an oversight. Oh well. The Rose Guard consists of... you know what next month is? No, what? D's Nuts. The Rose Guard consists of the following heroes. I imagine that we're going to find, like, clues to their past and or them trapped in, like, some kind of Captain America stasis inside the dungeon. Which is pretty cool. I feel like as a library nerd, I will need to actually read all of this and commit it to memory, but for now, I'm going to scroll through because I actually want to build my character. Let's see. Otari Market, Rin's Wonders, Dangerous Locales, the Gauntlet Keep, Otari Graveyard. Should you keep a graveyard if your graveyard is dangerous? Like, why have they not just started, like, burning all the bodies? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Someone messaging me. Putting the Gene screen in the hotbar at the bottom feels like a must. Oh, and the players could drag their player screen from here and have a quick access cheat sheet. Awesome. Sick just being able to put this on the hotbar. Damn, dude. I guess I'm coming with that. All right. So my buddy Josh, who's the founder of the Odyssey of the Dragonlord's Discord, he has also caught the Pathfinder fever. And he is also caught the Foundry VTT fever. So he's switching from Roll20 to Foundry and from 5th edition to Pathfinder 2 all at the same time. So imagine the absolute wonder and joy that he is experiencing right now to have so many new and amazing things to learn all at the same time. Good stuff. All right, the Otari Highlands, the old hills and forests around Otari have been inhabited long since before the town existed. Fallen fortresses and would-be warlords, dank burrows crawling with undead, and caves filled with monsters and forgotten treasure are all rumored to lie just within walking distance of town. Ah, Dungeon Town. Also, I just noticed, because my perception in real life is very low, all of the pages have tentacles on them. That doesn't seem good. Oh well. Alright. Hey, what's up, man, Doodly? Me and my friends are about to finish this module in Pathfinder 2. Oh, that's great. I'm excited about playing it. I'm going to play for a while before I switch over to running it. And the follow-up campaign that I was going to run after Odyssey of the Dragonlords is over was Raiders of the Serpent Seas, which is a nice Viking campaign. By the same creative team and publisher, but I'm probably going to run it as a Pathfinder adventure, so I really need to like level up my knowledge of the system both as a player and then as a game master and then as a designer, so that I can, you know, make the conversion of the adventure pretty solid. So this is all part of the ongoing process of learning and growing, etc., etc. All right. So let's see. All right, back over here at pathbuilder2e.com, I am building my summoner. So here's the link to that site. And I had started my summoner already, but hearing about the different things that you could be in this, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch from Saloon Entertainer to Bibliophile. Is that up here at the beginning? What was the exact word of bibliophile? Let's see. Scroll back up. No, it's just bibliophile. So let's see. Is bibliophile not in here? Oh, I bet it's under campaign. There we go. Bibliophile. Alright, choose 2 ability boosts. One must be intelligence or charisma, and 1 is a free ability boost. You're trained in the Arcana skill and the Library Lore skill. You gain the Arcane Sense skill feat. Beautiful. Alright, that is the one I want to take. So that changes that. Now, regarding my ability scores, I was using a very robust class guide, this Summoner class guide, and it advised me... Oh, I can't stop by often anymore, so I tricked my DM to running Odyssey for our group. We're in a Regia arc right now. Oh, are you in the official post-game Regia arc? Or are you in the... It makes more sense to run a Regia during the main campaign arc. Yeah. So this is the guide that I was using. And basically, it sort of says, like, hey, you should take your intelligence and just throw it in the trash. You know, you don't need that. You do need Constitution, and you do need Charisma. Dexterity will help keep you alive. Wisdom is good for perception. So you can kind of see the issue there of intelligence falling by the wayside. But I like the idea of also being kind of smart. And so even though it's suboptimal, maybe I should switch to that instead. Alright, so if I chose int instead of dex here, we'll still dump strength, because that's whatever. That brings our intelligence at a 10. Let's see. what could we afford to get rid of? If we dropped wisdom, we could put over an intelligence, and then that would give us a much more even spread outside of our main stats. I don't have to be a super genius, but I do like the idea of being a little bit smarter than normal. So I guess I will take that hit to wisdom to instead have intelligence. I really don't even mind dropping wisdom for intelligence, if that would help. Oh, okay, there we go. So now I will have a 14 intelligence, which I think is pretty good for a character class that's supposed to dump its int. I'm probably going to be hurting with like the wisdom thing, you know, not seeing things coming and all that, but overall I think that's pretty good. And then we'll do finish. So we adjusted our ability scores a little bit to reflect that we're going to be more intelligent, nerdy character. Very cool. All right. Oh, something else I was going to look for is Pathfinder 2E familiars. I'm trying to see if there's actually like a section just about familiars. Here we go. So in the archives of Nethys, which is a free, essentially, Wikipedia or D&D Beyond, we got a rogue swashbuckler, and we've got a Dampier cleric. Once you build your character in the builder, is there a module to import to Foundry? Damn, I hope so. I really hope so, Sylvie. Let's see. Familiars. Familiars are mystically bonded creatures tied to your magic. Most familiars were originally animals, though the ritual of becoming a familiar makes them something more. You could choose a tiny animal you want as a familiar, such as a bat, cat, raven, or snake. Some familiars are different, usually described in the ability that granted you a familiar. For example, a druid's leshy familiar is a tiny plant instead of an animal, formed from a minor nature spirit. Familiars have the minion trait, so during an encounter, they gain 2 actions in a round if you spend an action to command them. If your familiar dies, you can spend a week of downtime. A week? Wow. To replace it at no cost. That's very strict. Oh, very strict. What does a minion do? Minions are creatures that directly serve another creature. A creature with this trait can only use 2 actions per turn, doesn't have any reactions, and can't act when it's not your turn. Your minion acts on your turn in combat once per turn when you spend an action to issue it commands. For an animal companion, you command an animal. For a minion that's a spell or magical effect item like a summon minion, you sustain a spell or sustain an activation. If not otherwise specified, you issue a verbal command as a single action with the auditory and concentration trait. If given no commands, minions use no actions except to defend themselves or escape obvious harm. If left unattended for long enough, typically 1 minute, mindless minions usually don't act, animals follow their instincts, and sapient minions act how they please. A minion can't control other creatures. I already have to share my action economy with my summon. So I can't imagine how often I would use my familiar other than for like scouting and things like that. And at that point, couldn't I just use my summon monster? I liked the idea of having the familiar and the summon because it kind of leans heavy. Yeah. I like the idea of having like both things because then you're like a Pokemon master. You know what I'm saying? You've got like your summon, but you also have your familiar, and I thought that was kind of cool. But if having your summon out requires sustaining of magic, I feel like that's going to drain some power as well. But maybe that's just for summon monsters. Accompanist. All right. Sorry. Familiars and familiar and master abilities. Each day, you channel your magic into 2 abilities, which can either be familiar or master. If your familiar is an animal that naturally has one of these abilities, for instance, an owl has a fly speed, you must select that ability. Your familiar can't be an animal that naturally has more familiar abilities than your daily maximum familiar abilities allow. Click here for even more rules about familiars. Okay. So these are all the... Oh my god. These are all the different abilities that you could choose for your familiar. Whew, this system is deep. Holy shit. Alright, accompanist. Your familiar helps you perform. Whenever you attempt a performance check, if your familiar is nearby and can act, it accompanies you with chirps, claps, or its own miniature instrument. This grants you a +1 circumstance bonus, or +2 if you're a master in performance. Ambassador, your familiar knows how to act cute and focused on cue. It will help you with social skills. Amphibious, it gains a swim speed 25 if it didn't already have a swim speed. Oh, okay. Let's see. Burrower, it gains a burrow speed of 5, allowing it to dig tiny holes. Climber, it gains a climb speed of 25 feet. Damage avoidance, choose one type of save. It takes no damage when it rolls a success on that type of save. It doesn't prevent effects other than damage. Can you choose the same ability twice? Let's see. You can. It doesn't say. Each day you can choose 2 abilities, which means it just says 2 abilities. I don't know if you could take it twice though. Let's see. I can't read the options you choose. Can you zoom in so I could read the left of the page? Oh, sure. I guess that's something that you're supposed to do when you're streaming. Okay. Alright. That's the best I could do. Alright, let's see. Dark Eater. If your familiar naturally recovers in the shadows after spending 10 consecutive minutes in an area of dim light or darkness, your familiar recovers a number of hit points equal to half your level. This ability is for a shadow familiar. A shadow caster, however, can select this ability for any kind of familiar. Okay, dark vision on your familiar seems good. Fast movement, flyer, focused rejuvenation. When you refocus, you generate magical energy that heals your familiar. Gills, your familiar can breathe water. Greater resistance, independent. In an encounter, if you don't command your familiar, it still gains 1 action per round. Typically, you still decide how it spends that action, but the GM might determine that your familiar chooses its own tactics rather than performing your preferred action. This doesn't work with valet or similar abilities that require command. If you're capable of riding your familiar or similar situations. Kin speak, you can understand and speak animals of the same species. Lab assistant. It can use your quick alchemy action. Oh, that's pretty cute. Major resistance. Your familiar increases resistance it gains from resistance. To select this, your familiar must have greater resistance ability. Manual dexterity. It can use 2 of its limbs as if they were hands to perform manipulate actions. Oh. Would a manipulate action allow you to feed someone a potion? Alright. Oh my god, it does a lot of things. Administer first aid, affix a fulu, affix a talisman, amulets, abeyance, camouflage campsite, camp management, cook basic meal. So your familiar could just cook a meal for everybody. Feast on the fallen, probably not the best choice there. Treat disease, treat poison, treat wounds. Pick a lock, point out. Wow. Okay. That's really cool. Yeah, I had an independent and manual dexterity, free reload once per turn. Oh, smart. Best part is the manipulate actions. They could trigger my fighters' attacks of opportunity. Oh, interesting. Alright, let's see. Master's form of familiar can change shape as a single action, transforming into a humanoid of your ancestry. What? Okay. That's interesting. Although it always maintains a clearly unnatural remnant of its nature, such as cat's eyes or a serpent's tongue, the form is always the same each time you use ability. What? That's wild. It only appears humanoid and gains no new capabilities. Your familiar must have the manual dexterity and speech abilities to select this. Okay. That's still crazy. Wow. All right. Partners in crime. Your familiar is a criminal associate. Despite being a minion, your familiar gains 1 reaction at the start of its turns, which it may use to aid you on a deception or thievery skill. It automatically succeeds on its check to aid you with those skills, or automatically critically succeeds if you are a master of the skill in question. Hot damn! Plant form. Your plant familiar can change shape as a single action, transforming into a tiny plant of a type roughly similar to the familiar's nature. Poison reservoir. Your homunculus familiar has a reservoir for poison, allowing you to apply injury poison to an adjacent ally's exposed weapon with a single interact action. You must supply the poison and instill it to the reservoir using 2 consecutive interact actions. You must have a homunculus familiar to select this ability. Energy resistance, descent feat, second opinion. Your familiar is your academic confidant. Despite being a minion, your familiar gains 1 reaction at the start of its turns, which it can use only to aid you on a recall knowledge skill check for a skill in which it has the skilled familiar ability. It still has to prepare. Oh my god, this is crazy. It still has to prepare the help you to help you as normal for the aid reaction. It automatically succeeds at its check to aid you with those skills, or automatically critically succeeds if you're a master of the skill in question. Your familiar must have the skilled ability to select this. Shadow Step. This ability is for a shadow familiar. A shadow caster, however, can select this ability for any kind of familiar. Shadow Step is a little bit of teleporting. Skilled, you choose a skill other than acrobatics or stealth. Your familiar's modifier for that skill is equal to your level plus your key spellcasting ability modifier rather than just your level. You can select this ability repeatedly, choosing a different skill each time. Snoop, your familiar keeps its eyes and ears open, ready to relay every snippet of gossip it catches, helping you gather information. Despite being a minion, your familiar gains 1 reaction at the start of its turns, which it can use to aid you on a diplomacy or gather information check. Wow, okay. Speech. It understands and speaks a language that you know. Spellcasting. Choose a spell in your repertoire or that you have prepared today that is at least 5 levels lower than your highest level spell slot. Your familiar can cast that spell once per day using your magical tradition, spell attack modifier, or spell DC. If the spell has a drawback that affects the caster, both you and your familiar are affected. You must be able to cast 6 level spells using spell slots to select this ability. Threat display, your familiar helps you convey. Okay, so that's for intimidation, demoralizing. Tool bearer, your familiar can carry a set of tools up to its light bulk. So long as your familiar is adjacent to you, you can draw and replace the tools as part of the action that uses them, as if you were wearing them. Your familiar must have the manual dexterity ability to use this. Touch, telepathy, your familiar can telepathically communicate with you via touch. It also has the speech ability. It can telepathically communicate via touch to any creature if they share a language. Wow. Alright. You can command your familiar to deliver your items more efficiently. Your familiar doesn't use its 2 actions immediately upon your command. Instead, up to twice before the end of your turn, you can have familiar interact to retrieve an item of light or negligible bulk you are wearing and place it into one of your free hands. Oh, wow. Wave sense. Your familiar can sense vibrations in the water. Alright, and master abilities, we're not there yet, so we're not going to read the master abilities. My overall take here, having been a 4th edition D&D player, is that these familiars seem a lot more fun, but I do feel that mechanically, like raw, a 5th edition familiar kind of does like everything here if you can bamboozle your DM into agreeing to it. And I think that's the big difference between like 5e and Pathfinder. 5e, there are very simple mechanics that are defined, and then there's just a lot of your DM will know what to do. And then in Pathfinder, it's very much like this is exactly what you can do. Period. And I almost kind of feel like I understand the appeal for a dungeon master running the system, because it might seem intimidating to need to know all these rules, but you don't have to worry about any sort of backtalk or arguments or dissension at the table. You don't have to worry about appearing to be equitable at all times, right? In D&D, they put the DM on the spot a lot, right? Like the DM decides if this is okay. The DM decides how this works. The DM decides in their game how this is handled. And some people are really into that. Some people don't want the pressure of having to constantly make those decisions. And I think that this system creates a safety, like a buffer between the DM as a person and the rules, right? Like the DM is like, hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm the referee. I know it'd be really cool if your familiar could do this, but these are the abilities you took for your familiar, so we're going to have to stick with the abilities you chose. The problem in 5th edition is there are no guidelines like that. So if the DM's like, yeah, that sounds really cool, your familiar could do it this time, but it's not just this time. Because once you agree to let something happen, that it's happened. And so now if you don't agree to let it happen again, it becomes more inconsistent. And that's a slippery slope when you're DMing 5th edition, is like, well, I'm the DM. I can make the decisions. But sometimes, and I'm telling you this as a guy that runs and plays 6 games a week, sometimes you get tired of having to make those decisions. You know what I mean? Sometimes it'd be nice to just point to the book and say, hey, I mean, it's right there, guys. Like, you know what you can do. Don't fuck around. You know what you can do. Don't come at me with this. So I like that. I'm going to keep the familiar then, because I think in her everyday life, Nomamile, as we're going to call this version of Chamomile, I think that she would just have it be like an accompanying nerd, you know, and just kind of follows her around and like helps her remember things and all of that. So I would probably do independent, and then whatever the study assistant one was would probably be the two that are like out of not adventuring mode. I think those would be the two that she would have it take. All right, cool. So we got that figured out. Let's go back to the character sheet, shall we? So down here for the Eidolon, we left off with the selection of the Eidolon. Now, I was going to select the plant Eidolon because I had read online that the plant Eidolon... So the plant Eidolon was basically recommended as just being very, very strong, especially in combat and especially in a dungeon setting. Let's see. Where is the Eidolon guide? Here we go. Alright, so different types of Eidolon, and we hop down. We see that red is really bad, orange is passable, green is good, and blue is the best. So if we scroll down, we see that Angel, not so great, Anger, P good, Beast, P good. Construct is what I'm thinking thematically for this would work really good. We got Demon, which is alright. We've got Devotion Phantom, which is good. We've got Dragon, which is apparently the best for AoE and stuff like that. We've got Fae, which is very, very strong. We've got Plant, which is alright. You know, it's like, I guess, if the one is A rank, I guess this is B rank. So this is a really good martial option because all of its attacks have reach, which seems pretty good. The Psychopomp is apparently not great. The Undead is alright. So if we were trying to like min-max, you know what I'm saying, we would only look at the really good one. Yeah, the huge reach and the grappling is what I was looking at, because that seems like it'd be really, really good. As far as like battlefield control, tight quarters, things like that. But if we only have a cleric and me and a rogue, because we still need 1 or 2 more people to join the group to really, you know, fill out the whole group. Having AoE wouldn't be bad. Having a dragon made out of like paper would be kind of cool. Like a dragon made of pages. I'm sure someone's drawn a picture of such a thing. Is there such a thing as a dragon made of pages? Let's see. There's a dragon like coming out of a book. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so like, you know, like that. Like she like opens the book or like throws down the book, and then like the book like turns into a dragon. That could be kind of cool. And let's see. Yeah, like an origami dragon. That'd be kind of dope. The best Eidolon for handling, the best Eidolon for handling multiple enemies. The Dragon Eidolon's breath weapon provides an easy and rechargeable way to handle crowds. It's easy, effective, and requires little investment to remain effective. Ooh, that does sound like something a lazy boy like me would like. Marauding Dragon. It is simple and effective. Cunning Dragon. Better at stealth and slightly better AC than the Marauding Dragon. Wait a minute. So within the Summoner class, I have all of these different summon monsters I have to choose. And then within those summon monsters, I have to choose what variety of summon monster from that summon monster. Fuck. Alright. Let's see. Better at stealth and slightly better at AC, but the difference in strength makes a major difference in damage output unless you're planning to rely entirely on Dragon Breath. This is an arcane tradition, which kind of matches up a bit with being a book nerd or whatever. Arcana and Intimidation. Intimidation is good. Arcana is intelligence based, which is hard for the summoner. Not this summoner, baby! Senses. Dark Vision. That's important. 25-foot speed, which is standard. Initial breath weapon. The 30-foot cone is a good AoE. While the damage isn't spectacular, it's good enough to be worthwhile, and the scaling is good. Piercing damage is likely your best bet. I was going to go slashing because of, like, book pages. Like paper cuts. Symbiosis. Draconic Frenzy. 3 strikes for 2 actions. Simple, effective, and consistently useful. That sounds really good. Transcendence, Worm's Breath. You'll likely only be able to do this once per encounter, but it's good enough that you should probably use it every encounter. Alright, all of that sounds pretty good. Your Eidolon will be the creature that you basically have summoned all the time. Yep. I do think that there are maybe too many choices. Lionheart 555. That is why I use guides anytime a game has like a bunch of choices, because I'm really, really busy and I don't have time to like invest in learning myself like all the great options. And yes, that does cause me to miss out on some things. But you know, when you have a lot of things that you're trying to do, sometimes it's okay to not do everything. Let's see. So the Fae is primal. They have a skirmisher and they have a trickster form. Let's see. They can cause Fae mischief to give you some extra spells. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's see. The Fae Eidolon is focused on spellcasting. Either version of the Eidolon will suffice, but their ability scores may impact which skills work well for your Eidolon. While the Fae Eidolon doesn't get much that other Eidolons couldn't get, 3 additional class feats is undeniably effective. Your Eidolon will eventually end up with more non-cantrip spells than you get as a summoner, dramatically improving your total spellcasting capability. Ooh, that does sound pretty good. Damn. Alright, let's see. And then we got our boy Plant over here, which has a Guardian Plant. The Plant Eidolon is very simple martial option. Tendril Strike gives you some extra reach, giving it a splash of area control until you get Field of Roots at a higher level, at which point your Eidolon's primary function becomes attempting to immobilize enemies in melee. To capitalize on the Plant Eidolon's strengths, grab an unarmed strike option that has the shove or trip traits. Choose the Guardian Plant option and look for feats which will improve your Eidolon's ability to control an area, including Eidolon's reaction and hulking size. Ooh. Tough choice. I think for me it's coming down to the dragon or the plant, but I want to read Construct real quick too. So let's see. Construct. It's green all the way across the board. The Construct Eidolon is appealing for 2 reasons. You get 2 extra evolution feats. Well, that's pretty cool. And you could retrain those feats much more easily than you can most class feats. This makes your Eidolon even more customizable than other Eidolons, even if you never retrain the extra feats. You can still get a ton of power out of 2 additional class feats. While it doesn't have any specifically clear role, the Construct Eidolon's durability and extra customization make it a great choice if you're starting out as a summoner and haven't decided where you want your build to go. The Warrior Construct has better strength, so it's slightly better at damage output, and the Scout Construct has better stealth and reflex saves. Oh, man, that's true. And you know, books are made out of paper. Paper is made out of plants. Do you know what I mean? Kind of feel like that's wait, let's see. Book mimic. Oh shit. All right, so hear me out. Hear me out. It's a plant Eidolon, but this is what we'd be working with. Since she's gonna be like a library nerd, what if it's the book and the book like is like a mimic essentially, And then like the reach weapon is the tongue. That's kind of cool. Like, and then it's got like pseudopods that come out, and the tongue comes out, and it's chompy. Oh, that could be pretty dope. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Skills are Arcana and Crafting. Dark Vision is included. Let's see. Initial Construct Art, helpful, but only situationally useful. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with Plant, y'all. We'll stick with Plant. That sounds cool. Dragon sounds awesome, but I feel like Guardian Plant is going to help keep everyone alive with its area of control. Um, yeah, that's cool. And its roots will just be, you know, like tentacles made out of like wrapping pieces of paper that have like words on them and stuff like that. Oh, very, very cool. So I guess the backstory is my character's summon monster, the Eidolon, was a mimic that she found and befriended, and now it like just travels with her everywhere. And when it's unsummoned, I guess it just sort of like reverts back to being a book. Like that's like it's like safe form, like a turtle going into its shell or whatever. But as it grows more and more powerful, it's like turning itself inside out and just like getting more and more reach and all of that. That sounds really dope. One problem here, it doesn't have dark vision, and we are going to be in a dungeon where dark vision is going to be very important, so we're probably going to have to use one of the evolution feats to give it that. But I think that, yeah, we're going to go with Guardian Plant and see how it goes. All right. Sadly, it is primal spells, and it has nature and survival. And it says here, survival is almost never useful in most games. And this is a dungeon-based game where we aren't going to be exploring a lot. That does feel like a bad hit there. Let's see. Reach allows you to attack from outside many enemies' reach, forcing your enemy to spend an action to either step or stride to get into melee. However, Tendril Strike only applies when using the action, so you'll need to walk your Eidolon into reach of your enemy, and you'll want to make reactions like Eidolon's Opportunity until you hit 7 and add Growing Vines. Well, now I'm kind of like torn, because going into a dungeon delving campaign, I feel like the dragon hits everything that we need. It's got dark vision. It's got 2 useful skills. It says that intelligence is hard for summoner, but we have intelligence on our person. It's got the AoE. It's got a ton of action economy, which is pretty good because we have only 3 players right now. Damn. Such a tough call. Such a tough call. All right. We'll go with Plant, and we'll see how it goes. We'll go with Plant, see how it goes. All right. So back to the builder. We will accept Plant as our Pokemon. Cool. Let's see. So we selected the type of Eidolon we have. It says that there is Act Together, Low Light Vision, Evolution Feat. Evolution Feats are a special type of custom summoner class feat that allows you to customize your Eidolon through your shared link. You gain an evolution feat for your Eidolon at first level, representing the difference that make it unique from other Eidolons of its type. If you retrain this feat, the feat you replace it with must also be an evolution feat. Okay? Dark vision, you can see in darkness. Wait, I thought it had low light vision. Now it has dark vision? I mean, I'll take it. Is that like an update or something? Was this like a typo? Link spells. Oh, maybe I have it? No, it's under the Eidolon section. Okay. Your connection to your Eidolon allows you to cast link spells, special spells that have been forged through your shared connection with your Eidolon. Link spells are a type of focus spell. Let's see. And you start with a focus pool of 1 focus. You refill your focus pool during your daily preparations, and you can regain one focus point by spending 10 minutes using the refocus activity to specifically connect with your Eidolon, such as by having a heart-to-heart conversation, playing together, or meditating in unison on the nature of your bond. Our bond is that we both love books, so that's why the Mimic always turns into books and shit. Perfect. We read books together. We have this whole manga collection about the iconic Pathfinder heroes. Focus spells are automatically heightened to have your level rounded up, much like cantrips. Focus spells don't require spell slots, and you can't cast them using spell slots. Taking feats can give you more focus spells and increase the size of your focus pool, though your focus pool can never hold more than 3 focus points. The full rules for focus spells appear on page 300 of the core rulebook. Hacha. Alright. Human Centipede gives you Manifest Eidolon. Your Eidolon appears in an open space adjacent to you and can then take a single action. If your Eidolon was already manifested, which it should have been, you unmanifest it instead. The conduit that allows your Eidolon to manifest is also a tether between you. Your Eidolon must remain 100 feet of you at all times, and you can't willingly go beyond that limit. If forced beyond this distance, or if you are reduced to 0 hit points, your Eidolon's physical form dissolves, and your Eidolon unmanifests, and you need to use Manifest Eidolon to manifest it again. So you might be wondering, why does it disappear if you go to 0 health? It's because you guys share the same hit point pool. Yeah, so you are kind of like the same being. You're just in 2 places at once on the battlefield. Let's see. Your Eidolon, so you need to use Manifest Eidolon to manifest it again. Special, this activity has the trait matching your Eidolon's tradition, so it will be primal for us. Dragon's Breath Weapon might also come good in dungeon environments. Oh, I know. What a tough choice. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Share senses. Your Eidolon is manifested, is the requirement. You project your senses into your Eidolon, allowing you to perceive through it. It can only go 100 feet away from you, so it's not that useful, but... Let's see, Tendril Strike. Stretching to extend its body to its limits, your Eidolon attacks a foe that would normally be beyond its reach. Your Eidolon makes a melee unarmed strike, increasing its reach by 5 feet for that strike. If the unarmed attack has a disarm, shove, or trip, it can use that corresponding action instead of a strike. Oh, that's pretty good. And then it gets a free feat, Arcane Sense. You're trained in Arcana. You study magic allows you... Oh, I think that the Dark Vision that got mentioned earlier, I don't know why it's mentioned with the plants, because I don't think that the plant has the free feat Arcane Sense. I don't think so. I think that's from my background. Your study of magic allows you to instinctively sense its presence. You can cast first level detect magic at will as an arcane innate spell. If you're a master in Arcana, the spell is heightened to 3rd level. If you're legendary, it is heightened to 4th level. Alright, hear me out. I don't know if I want to be doing primal magic and also arcane magic. Man, building a character in this system is kind of overwhelming. Holy shit. Alright, let's see. I'm not level 2 yet, so I don't need to worry about level 2 feat or skill feat. So that's taken care of. I have to do skill training still. Let's see. Can I pick one of these letter E's? No? When do I get to pick a letter E? Maybe at a higher level. Lores. Okay, that's where you can make up any lore you want, like lore library, for example. Alright, so we got nature and survival. Is there any way to turn off nature and survival? Ugh, survival's so dumb. You're adept at living in the wilderness, foraging food, and building shelters. It doesn't fit with my character at all, though. Nor does nature. You know what? Fuck it. We're not taking the plant. I feel like the identity of my character is worth more than having reach on my thing. So we're just going to go with just fucking dragon. There we go. Accept. Alright. So let's see what the dragon can do. The dragon can do breath weapon. Your Eidolon exhales a blast of destructive energy. It deals 1d6 damage to all creatures in the area with a basic reflex saving throw. The area and the damage type of the breath weapon are chosen when the Eidolon gains this ability. Your Eidolon can't use their breath weapon again for the next 1d6 rounds. A third level and second level thereafter, blah, blah, blah. And I still get the free feat and all that. Yeah, it's like I don't want to change everything about the concept just to have plant. You know what I mean? All right. E is for when your skill goes to expert, and then mastery, and then legendary. Okay, got it. All right, so let's go here. And I had wanted to do deception and diplomacy, but now the adventurer's guide is telling me that I don't need that shit at all. So I feel like I should probably take occultism if I'm working with Rin, and I'm studying all that shit. And then, let's see, I've got lore library, I've got intimidation. I have to take intimidation because of the dragon. Arcana, I still have to have. What's the deal with crafting? Is crafting like a thing? Do I need to worry about crafting? Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Pathfinder 2E crafting. Alright, crafting. You can use this skill to create, understand, and repair items. Even if you're untrained, you can recall knowledge. Recall knowledge about alchemical reactions, the value of items, engineering, unused materials, and alchemical or mechanical creatures. You can use it to earn income. That's cool. If you're trained. Consumables and ammunition. You can craft items with the consumable trait in batches, making up to 4 of the same item at once on a single check. This requires you to include the raw materials for all the items in the batch at the start, and you must complete the batch all at once. You can also craft non-magical ammunition in batches using the quantity listed in the ranged weapons table. Getting formulas. You can access all the formulas to all common items in Chapter 6 equipment by purchasing a basic crafter's book. Wait. Are you telling me that this system actually has rules for a crafting system that are integrated into all the other parts of play? That there's not like 15, 20, 30 different fan-made rules that you purchase on the DM's Guild, and you can never make up your mind about which one to use because all of them are kind of good but not good, and now they're just built in from the very beginning. Alright. I want to make a very complicated character that tries out everything, and so I will take crafting. Alright. I mean, if we get stranded in a dungeon and we can't make it to the surface and we need to, like, make items, like, I feel like crafting is going to be pretty important. Alright. So that is my skills. I have acrobatics, arcana, crafting, deception, diplomacy, intimidation, lore library, occultism, and that will be that. Alright, finished. What does this one extra mean? I get one more skill. Okay. Let's see. What would our additional skill be? It could be a lore. What would a cool lore be? Hey, 5e has built-in crafting. You spend half gold and spend a year crafting. You're right, Dom. Silly me. I'm so dumb. It has a perfect system in place. Let's see. What do these skills do that, like, I feel like medicine might be good to have, even though I'm not good at it. Let's see. Medicine. You can patch up wounds and help people recover from disease and poison. Even if you're untrained in medicine, you can use it to recall knowledge. Recall knowledge about diseases, injuries, poisons, and other ailments. You can use this to perform forensic examinations if you spend 10 minutes or more, checking for evidence such as wound patterns. This is most useful when determining how a body was injured or killed. Item bonuses for medicine. Okay. That's a lot of things. Healer's gloves. All right. Bonus items for medicine. Violet ray. Okay. Don't know what that's about. Let's see. Medicine untrained actions. Administer first aid. If you're holding a healer's tools and wearing or are wearing them and have a free hand, you perform first aid on an adjacent creature that's dying or bleeding. If a creature is both dying and bleeding, choose which ailment you're trying to treat before you roll. You can administer first aid again to attempt to remedy the other effect, and it costs 2 Pac-Mans to do this. Stabilize. Attempt a medicine check on a creature that has 0 hit points in the dying condition. The DC is 5, plus that creature's recovery roll DC. Typically 15 plus its dying value. Jumping, Jesus Christ. Stop bleeding. Attempt a medicine check on a creature that is taking persistent bleed damage, giving them a chance to make another flat check to remove the persistent damage. The DC is usually the DC of the effect that caused the bleed. It feels like half-assing medicine, sort of like in real life, is not great. Like, clerics are very optimal if you have someone with medicine skill. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, Pathfinder has a really good non-magical healing system using medicine skills. Feats. Oh, apparently there are lots of religion-related things here too. Like, clerics are very optimal if you have someone with the medicine skill. You might want the medicine to heal your Eidolon. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Oh, I love this. If you critically fail when you try to stabilize someone, you make their situation worse. If you're trying to stop the bleeding, they take an amount of damage equal to their persistent bleed effect. Treat disease, treat poison, treat wounds. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We'll take medicine. It's fine. Alright. There we go. Okay. Good. Alright. So now what's left on this character sheet? We have all of our abilities. We don't need to do the high level stuff. Let's see. What does hide plan mean? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Alright, so chamomile is small. What else do we got here? You have no weapons. You have no armor, no gear. You don't have any spells yet. You don't have... Well, you have pets. Animal companions. Eidolons, constructs, and familiars are only available in the fully unlocked version of this app. Where's the fully unlocked version of the app? Where's that at? How do I unlock the full version? Custom pack, feat browser, character sheet, log in and upgrade your app. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Yeah, sure. $6, and you want my credit card information on stream? Shameful. All right, hold on. Okay, my card number is incomplete. Ugh. Alright. Hold on. I mean, I guess I could just do this in the other thing, but whatever. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it's so hard to see without light. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that would be my my Eidolon, would be like a paper dragon. It was gonna be a mimic, but I don't know. Alright. Remember to refresh any other Pathfinder, Path Builder 2e pages. Your order is blah blah blah. Please take note of this order for your records. Okay, cool. Let me do that real quick. In my secret Discord channel. Alright. Alright, so let's refresh. Cool. Alright, so now we should have this shit fully unlocked. So let's see what happens now. Alright. Let's see. Hide that. We don't have a shield. We don't have any equipment. How do you know what your starting equipment is? Is that what, like, I don't know, is that what this 640-page book is for? Alright, let's see if we can figure it out. How long have we been doing this? I'm almost afraid to look. Let's see. Over an hour. Wait, you get 15 gold? That doesn't seem like a lot of money. Are you sure? Really? 15 gold? Alright, let's see. I'm in the ranger section. S comes RS, yeah. S comes after that. Rogue. Now I'm in the skills section all of a sudden. Is Summoner not in the basic book? Is that in the other player's handbook? Oh, that would be some shit if it was. Alright. Yeah, I think it's in the other book. Okay. Look in my inventory. Where's my inventory? Gear. 15 gold. Oh, wow. You are right. Okay. Damn. Alright, well, we need a backpack. We're gonna call it book satchel. There we go. And accept. Where's my container? Where did it go? Oh, it's down here. Excellent. So what gear is recommended in this here guide? Let's see. Summoner weapons. Alright. There is no circumstance under which you should ever use a weapon. Summoners start at trained and never improve past expert. You need to invest in hand wraps to enhance your Eidolon's unarmed strikes. So also investing in a weapon is a massive cost that you simply cannot justify. Learn some cantrips. Gouging Claw for melee and literally any ranged attack cantrip. Okay, so let's head over to spells. And let's do that while we're thinking about it. Alright, so where do I get Gouging Claw? Alright, 2 Pac-Mans. +7 to attack, 1d6 plus 4 damage. This is an attack, a cantrip, a morph, and a transmutation. You temporarily morph your limb into a clawed appendage, making a melee spell attack roll against a creature's AC. If you hit, you deal your choice of slashing or piercing damage, well, that's nice, equal to 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. On a critical success, you deal double damage plus a 1d4 persistent bleed. Oh, that's hella cool cantrip. What? Heightened. The spell increases by 1d6 and the persistent bleed on a critical by 1d4. You can heighten a cantrip? That's interesting. Alright. And then any ranged cantrip, huh? Any ranged cantrip at all. Oh, wow. There's a couple of them here. I think I'm only allowed to purchase from the arcane list. So let's see. Warp step. When you walk, the earth warps beneath your feet. Your steps extend, distance contracts, and everything is just a little bit closer. You get a +5 foot status bonus to your speed until the end of the turn. You can then stride twice. You could use warp step to burrow, climb, fly, or swim instead of stride if you have that movement type. That sounds very good for getting around. Time sense. When you cast the spell, you gain a perfect sense of time. You can learn exactly what time it is, down to the second. You can instead choose to gain a perfect sense of the calendar if you have knowledge in that area. If you're trained in nature, you can learn exactly how long it is until sunrise or how many days until the next solstice. If you're trained in astronomy lore, you can learn precisely when any known predictable astronomical conjunction will begin and end and so forth. Wow. Okay, you can gain a +1 status bonus to 1 attack, perception roll, saving throw, or skill check you take on the same turn that you cast Time Sense that requires extremely precise timing. If you choose to gain this bonus, you can't gain it again for 1 hour. That's really cool. Alright, telekinetic projectile. You hurl a loose, unattended object that is within range that has a 1 bulk or less at a target. Make a spell attack roll against the target. If you hit, you deal bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage as appropriate for the object you hurled, plus 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. No specific traits or magical properties of the hurled item affect the attack or the damage. Okay. Let's see. Tanglefoot. A vine covered in sticky sap appears from thin air, flicking from your hand and lashing itself to the target. Attempt a spell attack against them. If you succeed, they are immobilized, a negative 10 penalty to their speed for 1 round. They can attempt an escape against your spell DC. If you succeed, they take a negative 10 penalty to their speed. Failure, and then heightened. Spout. Water blast upwards, coming out of the ground, rising from a pool, or even manifesting from the thin air. Any creature in the area takes bludgeoning damage equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier with a basic saving throw. You would change the spell's area to a 5-foot burst, provided you center the burst on a body of water. This body of water can be as small as a pond or creek, but not as small as a puddle or bathtub. Yeah, not really feeling that one. Sigil. You can harmlessly place your unique magical sigil, which is about 1 square inch in size, on the targeted creature object. The mark can be visible or invisible, and you can change it from one state to another by interacting to touch the target. The mark can be scrubbed or scraped off with 5 minutes of work. If it's on a creature, it fades naturally. The time before the mark fades. Okay. Not sure I'd give up a slot for that. Shield. Until the start of your next turn, you raise a magical shield of force. This counts as the raise shield action, and it gives you a +1 bonus to your AC until the start of your next turn, but it doesn't require a hand to use. While the spell is in effect, you can use the shield block reaction with your magic shield. This shield has a hardness of 5. After you use shield block, the spell ends and you can't cast it again for 10 minutes. Unlike the normal shield block, you can use the spell's reaction against magic missile spell. Interesting. Oh, look for my pack. On Foundry, give you all starting equipment. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. On Foundry, give you all starting equipment. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Scatter Scree. You invoke a jumble of rocks in the area. The scattering rocks deal damage equal to 1d4 plus the spellcasting ability modifier to creatures in the area. 2 contiguous 5-foot cubes. The ground in the area becomes difficult terrain. Any creature can interact to clear the square of Scree. If you cast a spell again, any previous scatter Scree you have cast ends. Read Aura. You focus on the target, opening your mind to perceive magical auras. When the casting is complete, you know whether or not that item is magical. If it is, you learn the School of Magic. How is Read Aura different than Detect Magic? You send out a pulse of magic as a presence of magic. You receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. You can choose to ignore magic if you're fully aware of, such as magical items, ongoing spells. You detect illusion magic only if that spell's effect has a lower level than the level of detect magic. However, items that have an illusion aura but aren't deceptive in appearance, such as a visibility potion, typically are detected as normal. Oh, wow. So it's like a 2-step process. You have to have detect magic to figure out if there is magic, and then you need to do the aura spell to figure... Wow. Okay. Let's see. What does Phase Bolt do? You point your finger and project a bolt of magical energy that stutters in and out and phases until it reaches the target. Make a ranged attack roll against your target's AC. If the target has any circumstance bonuses to AC, such as shield or cover, reduce that bonus by 2 for this attack. On a success, you deal 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier piercing damage, and on a critical success, the target takes double damage. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's not a lot of damage, though. I see that the melee attack deals more damage, and I'm into that. I think that's really good. Let's see. I don't want to do Produce Flame, even though it would be pretty useful, because I feel like a person that loves books probably wouldn't have a fire spell on them. Protect Companion. Let's see. Range 30 feet. Targets your Eidolon or a creature with the minion trait under your control. Oh. Until the start of your next turn. You extend your aura as a magical shield that protects your Eidolon or minion. The target gains plus 1 circumstance bonus to AC until the start of your next turn. You gain the following reaction. Using the reaction, the spell ends and you can't cast this again. Life block. The spell's target would take damage, reduce the triggering damage by 10, but lose 5 hit points. Don't we share hit points though? Even if this reduces damage to 0. The target still takes any effect that would come with the damage, such as the poison on a Viper's Fangs, heightened. The reaction reduces the damage by another 10, but you lose 5 more hit points. If you were to lose fewer hit points, you can choose to lower the damage reduction and HP loss to a lower level version of the spell without lowering the spell's actual level. Oh my god, there's so much. Approximate. Your magic flows over the area to help you count and catalog. Name a particular type of object you are looking for within the area. You gain an instant estimate of the quantity of the chosen objects that are clearly visible within the target area. The number is around... Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Let's go to their recommended ones. They only have 2 cantrips that they really think that you need, apparently. Boost Eidolon and Reinforce Eidolon. So how many cantrips do I get altogether? Let's go ahead and grab Gouging Claw for sure. I get 5. Alright, so let's see. Boost Eidolon and Reinforce. Well, we saw Reinforce. I'm not seeing Boost, though. Do I not get those from here? Let's see. Ghost Sound, Gale Blast, Electrical Arc. An arc of lightning leaps from one target to another. You deal electricity damage equal to 1d4 plus your ability. They get reflex saves, and it can target 2 creatures within 30 feet. That seems pretty good. Let's see. Mage Hand. 1 unintended object of light bulk or less. You create a single magical hand, either invisible or ghost-like, that grasps the target object and moves it slowly up to 20 feet. Because you're levitating the object, you can move it in any direction. When you sustain the spell, you can move the object an additional 20 feet. If the object is in the air, when the spell ends, the object falls. Okay. Message. You mouth words quietly, but instead of coming out of your mouth, they're transferred directly into the ears of the target. While others can't hear your words any better than if you normally mouth them, the target can hear your words as if they were standing next to you. The target can give a brief response as a reaction or a free action on the next turn if they wish, but they must be able to see you and be within range to do so. If they respond, their response is delivered directly to your ear, just like the original message. I mean, that's a pretty useful thing in a dungeon. Just saying. Alright. Protect Companion seems good. Where is the Boost Companion? I'm just not seeing it. Bullhorn? You amplify your voice loud enough for everyone to hear you. No, that's okay. Daze, Cloud Target's Mind. We already have Detect Magic. Let's see. Warp Step we looked at. Time Sense we looked at. Okay. Invoke True Name. You choose True Name of a creature more shortly affected until the end of your turn. The target is flat-footed against spells. Makes a -2. In addition to the first time. Oh, well, that's not very useful. Ghost Sound. Gale Blast. Wind flows from your outstretched hand and whirls around you in a 5-foot emanation. Each creature in the area takes bludgeoning damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier with a fort save. Let's see. Critical success, the creature is unaffected. The creature takes half damage. The creature takes full damage. Damn. Chill Touch is a touch-based spell. Imagine that. Siphoning energy into your hand. Your touch weakens the living and disorients undead, possibly causing them to flee. Okay. So I think we're gonna do Phase Bolt as our ranged attack. That sounds pretty good. Since I can't find this ability, Reinforce Eidolon or Boost Eidolon, I don't know what to do about that. because those were like recommended, but I don't know if they're just in a different section or what. Well, I don't know what PRD means. Let's see. Maybe I don't have access to them yet? Are there some cantrips that are high level? Oh, might need to add the spell yourself. Ah, okay. What does CRB mean? That's a little weird. Let's see. Pathfinder 2E boost Eidolon. Where does one find this spell? Alright, here we go. This is an uncommon cantrip, Evocation Summoner. It's from the book Secrets of Magic. And let's see. 100 feet, targets your Eidolon. 1 round. You focus deeply on the link you and your Eidolon and boost the power of your Eidolon's attacks. Your Eidolon gains a +2 status bonus to damage with its unarmed attacks. If your Eidolon strikes deal more than 1 weapon damage type, the stat bonus increases to 2 per weapon damage die. Oh, wow. That's really good. Okay, I could see why it would recommend taking that. And then let's see what this Reinforce Eidolon does. Alright, Reinforce Eidolon. You buff your Eidolon and gain the Reinforce Eidolon link cantrip. Let's see. You focus deeply on the link between you and your Eidolon and reinforce its defenses. Your Eidolon gains a +1 status bonus to AC and saving throws, plus resistance to all damage equal to half the spell's level. Your Eidolon can benefit from either boost Eidolon or reinforce Eidolon, but not both. You can cast one of these spells during the other's duration. The newer one replaces the older one. Oh. Okay. Okay. So then, sure. That is what we will do. Is there a way to add customs, or do I just leave it blank? I guess I just leave it blank. Alright, so then the last spell that I would take then would be... It sounds dumb, but I kind of want to take Approximate, because, you know, if they work around books and stuff, and they like to count things, might be kind of cool, but... They already have a familiar to pick things up for them, and they already have a summon monster to pick things up for them, so Mage Hand doesn't seem that important. So let's see. Maybe Shield, just to protect themselves, could be pretty useful. I mean, if like they're in a hard, if they're in a bad situation, I mean, even a +1 to your AC might make a difference there between getting critically hit or not getting critically hit. I am also digging Warp Step because I do like the idea of going very fast because you get to stride twice with your increased speed. Message would be hella strong and useful. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Message. Alright. And then we gotta take level 1 spells. Alright, the guide suggests Evolution Surge. At low level, this covers a variety of capabilities also covered by low-level evolution feats like Amphibious Form and Extended Senses. Many of these feats are only situationally useful, so having their benefits available temporarily via a focus spell is a great way to cover multiple cases in a single resource. As you gain levels, you gain the ability to add, to increase to their size, replicating the hulking, towering size feats, or to give your Eidolon a climb or fly speed. This keeps Evolution Surge consistently useful and versatile for your whole career. Alright, then that's for sure what we want to take. And I think that that is not covered by this build thingy because it is probably from that very special book that the other one is from. So let's take a look at the actual use of this spell. Alright, Evolution Surge. Ooh, it's complicated. Alright. 100-foot reach, targets your Eidolon 1 minute. It needs somatic and verbal components. You flood your Eidolon with power, creating a temporary evolution of their abilities. You can choose one of the following effects. They can gain low light vision and dark vision. They gain scent as an imprecise sense up to 30 feet. They can breathe underwater and gain a swim speed equal to its land speed, whichever is less. Alternatively, if they're normally aquatic, it can breathe air and gains a land speed equal to its swim speed out to 30 feet, whichever is less. Your Eidolon gains a plus 20-foot status bonus to speed. Well, hot damn. That's pretty good. I don't know how good it is at low levels, but it's pretty good. I guess if we encountered, like, water and shit, that'd be useful. Scent is pretty good ability for finding stuff. 20-foot stat bonus to speed is always good. Yeah, sure. I guess we'll take it. The other thing here is unfetter Eidolon. If you want to send your Eidolon to scout an area, to deal with traps, or generally do something too dangerous for you to handle on your own, this can help. Unfortunately, the duration is short. You can recast this to get up to 3 minutes, assuming your focus pool is 3, but situations where this is useful aren't a guarantee. If you combine this with reactive dismissal, you can send your Eidolon to safely scout for dangers and unmanifest it to mitigate damage which would be dealt to your shared pool of hit points, allowing your Eidolon to trigger traps while you're at a very safe distance. That sounds really good too, for sure, but kind of a dick move to your thing, and I don't know if I want to scout the whole dungeon ahead of time. You know, I kind of want to experience the whole dungeon, so maybe not on that one. All right, let's look at some of the basic bitch spells that we have access to at level 1. Oh my god, there's quite a few. Let's see. Unseen Servant. You summon an Unseen Servant, which you can command as part of sustain the spell. It serves you until its hit points are reduced to 0. This is a conjuration of a mindless creature. Unseen Servant, these are the exact stats of it. Cool. These are its stats. It is invisible, though it doesn't normally sneak, so it is usually only hidden. Immunities to disease, mental, non-magical attacks, paralysis, poison, precision, and constant resistances. All damage 5 except for force or ghost touch. It has a fly speed of 30 feet and has a stealth of plus 8. An Unseen Servant's physical body is made of force, and it can't use attack actions. It can move and use interact actions to do things such as fetch objects, open, unstuck, or unlock doors, hold chairs, and clean. It can't pass through solid objects. Okay. Let's see. Summon Robot. You conjure a construct to fight for you. It works like summon animal, except it is a common creature that has the construct trait, and whose level is -1. You conjure an animal to fight for you. That's kind of what I'm doing already. You summon a common creature that has the animal trait, whose level is -1. Heightening the spell increases the maximum level of the creature you can control. Temporary tool. You conjure a temporary simple tool such as a shovel or rope into your hands. It lasts until it is used for a single activity or for 1 minute, whichever comes first, after which it disappears. I don't know what you're doing with a shovel in 1 minute, but you're probably not going to get it done in 1 minute. The tool is obviously temporarily conjured and can't be sold or passed off as a genuine item. It's still kind of neat, though. Alright, synchronized steps. You link the minds of 2 targets, enabling them to move in tandem. When one of the targets steps, the other target can use the reaction to step. When one of the targets strides, the other can use the reaction to stride. Oh, that's pretty cool. Thoughtful gift. You teleport one object of light or negligible bulk held in your hand to the target. The object appears instantly in the target's hand if they have a free hand, or at their feet if they don't. The target knows the object you're attempting to send them. If the target is unconscious or refuses to accept the gift, or if the spell would teleport a creature, even if the creature is inside an extra-dimensional container, the spell fails. That's pretty cool. Does that mean you could, like, pass potions and stuff to people? That's neat. I commend your effort for choosing to pick a complicated class for your first time with Pathfinder. Yeah. What's Pathfinder's True Strike? I don't know what Pathfinder's True Strike is. We could look real quick. Let's see. They don't have True Strike, it doesn't look like. Let's see. They certainly don't have something called True Strike. Yeah, I don't see anything. Alright, what else do we got here? My dude's gonna be doing all the damage for me, so I feel like helpful spells would be more important than anything else. Alarm. Let's see. It takes 10 minutes to cast. 3 gold piece silver bell focus. 20-foot area burst, 8 hours. You ward an area to alert you when creatures enter without your permission. When you cast Alarm, select a password. When a small or larger creature enters the spell's area without speaking the password, Alarm sends your choice of a mental alert, in which case the spell gains the mental trait, or an audible alarm with the sound and volume of a handbell, in which case the spell gains the auditory trait. Either option automatically wakens you, and the bell allows each creature in the area to attempt a DC 15 perception check to wake up. A creature aware of the alarm must succeed at a stealth check against the DC or trigger the spell when moving into the area. That seems like it'd be pretty useful, like down in a dungeon. I don't know. Animate rope. 100 foot, targets up to 50 feet of rope or non-living rope. Sustain for up to 1 minute. You can cause a length or section of rope or rope-like object to animate and follow simple commands. You can give 2 commands when you cast a spell. 1 command each time you sustain the spell. Is sustaining the spell the same cost as the initial cost of the spell? Probably, I'm thinking. The rope attempts to partially bind a creature, attempting a spell attack roll against a target's reflex. If you succeed, the target has a -10 circumstance penalty to its speed. This ends if the target escapes. You can coil the rope tidily. The rope inches along the ground like a snake, moving one of its ends 10 feet. The rope must move along a surface, but that surface doesn't need to be horizontal. So does it have spider climb? Question mark. Knot. The rope ties itself into a sturdy knot. Loop. The rope loops itself at both ends. Tie. The rope ties itself around a willing creature or an object that's unattended or attended by a willing creature. Undo. The rope undoes its knots or bindings. Good God. I see Oren in chat saying that rope is animate rope is a required spell. I'm not gonna lie. In dungeon delving land, I would say that animate rope is actually a very useful spell. It doesn't say that it can't climb on ceilings. It just says that it has to be a flat surface. So you could potentially send a rope anywhere you need and then tie the rope off. Now, yeah, it's probably better if you have like levitation or if you have like flight or whatever. I don't know when that shit unlocks in this game. So I feel like that would be pretty useful. One would argue, though, that if you have a familiar, the familiar could take the manipulate hands thingy, and it could take the flight thingy, and then it could just fly where it needs to go, and then tie the rope off itself, right? I also don't understand, like, how good is the knot that is tied? Is it equal to your spell proficiency? Like, how does that work? But I do think that it's a really cool spell. I think the problem is, as a summoner, I don't have a lot of spells. So I don't know if I really want to, invest in that. Alright, let's see. Elysian Whimsy. You overwhelm the target with an unexpected and unpredictable desire, and it fails, if it fails a will save. Oh, okay, so it's make horny. The target feels a powerful urge to dance. The target is compelled to sing a song loudly. They are filled with an irresistible urge to support a nearby creature's entertainment and career. What? The target is overcome with a desire to give away all of its wealth. Incredible. Let's see. Deja vu. You loop through the process of a target's mind, forcing it to repeat the same actions again and again. The target must attempt a will save. If it fails, whatever action the target uses on its next turn, it must repeat on its following turn. The actions must be repeated in the same order and as close to the same specifics as possible. What? For example, if the target makes an attack, it must repeat the attack against the same creature if possible, and if the target moves, it must move the same distance and direction if possible on its turn. What? That is hilarious. If the target can't repeat an action, such as casting a spell that has been exhausted or needing to target a creature that died, it can act as it chooses for that action, but becomes stupefied 1 until the end of its turn. Oh my god, there's so much here. Alright, breadcrumbs. You protect the target from going astray in hostile territory by tracking where it's already been, helping it deduce where it needs to go. The target leaves a glittering trail behind it that lasts for spell's duration. This trail doesn't denote the direction or the order of its path, merely indicates where the target has moved during the spell's duration. That's okay, I guess. We could use it to get, like, out of a dungeon. It does last for 1 hour, which is pretty cool. I'd like to think that we're going to take good maps, though. Alright. Let's see. Anticipate peril. You grant the target brief foresight. The target gets a +1 status bonus to its next initiative roll. Womp womp. Let's see. Admonishing Ray. Agitate. Oh, that's pretty dope. During the duration of the spell, the target must stride, fly, or swim at least once during each turn, or take 2d8 mental damage. Wow. Alright. Let's see. Air Bubble. A creature within range enters an environment where it can't breathe. A bubble of pure air appears above their head, allowing them to breathe normally. This effect ends as soon as the creature returns to an environment where it can breathe normally. That's a long duration. Oh, no, 1 minute. Okay. Or as soon as it returns to a place where it can breathe again. Echoing Weapon. You channel magical energy into a target weapon, and the air around it faintly hums each time you strike a blow. As the impact is absorbed into the weapon, if a creature is wielding the weapon at the end of its turn, the weapon discharges a burst of sound targeting one creature adjacent to the wielder. The sonic damage this deals is equal to the number of successful strikes with the target weapon that the wielder made. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh my god. Alright, Endure. You invigorate the touched creature's mind and urge it to press on. You grant the touched creature 5 temporary hit points. Floating Disc. A disc of magical force materializes adjacent to you. The disc is 2 feet in diameter and follows 5 feet behind you, floating just above the ground. It holds up to 5 bulk of objects, though they must be able to fit and balance on its surface. Any objects atop the disc falls to the ground when the spell ends. The spell ends if a creature tries to ride atop the disc, if the disc is overloaded, or if anyone tries to lift or force the disc higher than above the ground, or you move more than 30 feet away from the disc. Okay. That seems like it's tremendously nerfed, and I guess I'm okay with it. Friend Fetch. You shoot out ephemeral telekinetic strands that drag each target directly towards you, stopping in the closest unoccupied space in your path. This is force movement. Oh, shit. That seems really good. But there's not a lot of opportunity attacks in this setting, so I don't know how useful that actually is. But it can grab 2 willing creatures and pull them 30 feet closer to me. Or I guess 25 feet closer to me. So that's pretty good. Yeah, Spooderman. Yeah. I'm kind of into that Friend Fetch. That seems like it could be very useful. You gain a plus 30 foot bonus to your speed. Wow. You gain plus 30 foot status bonus to your speed for 1 minute. Featherfall. Targets 1 falling creature. It is a reaction. It lasts for 1 minute. You cause the air itself to arrest a fall. The target's fall slows to 60 feet per round. The portion of the fall during the spell's duration. You know what? I think I'm just going to take Featherfall because we're going to be in a dungeon and we're going to be low level and falling and stuff. Yeah. I think moving allies is good, but I think just back pocket being able to save somebody from falling to their death might be pretty useful. So we'll go ahead and do that. So the spells that we've left blank are like custom spells, and I don't think that there's the ability to make custom spells here. Pretty sure there's no custom spells here. So yeah. All right. Now let's go back to gear. Now that we have a sense of how that works. I'm just not going to own a weapon, I guess, because I only have 15 gold, and I don't want to waste any of my 15 gold. Alright, so let's go to defense. So we're looking for armor. Alright, summoner armor. No armor proficiencies unless you take a feat for it. I'm just saving money left and right, guys. This is fantastic. Alright, let's go to gear. I'm like a monk over here. So cool that I just naked with nothing. Except my magic. Alright, so let's go to gear. And we're going to add gear. And the gear that we want to add is a summoner's pack. Is that what somebody said was the thing you could do? SU swarm suit. Okay. Let's look it up. What is best starting gear for summoner Pathfinder 2E? Fang magic weapon is good for the first 3 to 4 levels. Man, I'm level 1, brother. I just want to buy some fucking starting equipment. Alright, what is the best starting gear for Pathfinder 2E? What equipment should I start with? Now that's from Pathfinder 1E. Build request. Alright, I'm starting Age of Ashes. If you're unsure what to start with, your class-specific kit is always the place to go. Okay, so summoner kit. Let's see. Summoner sample builds. Where's the kit? Show me. Summoner details. Let's see. I just want to know what's in the kit. Alright, let's see. Summoner kit, Pathfinder 2E content. Alright, what would a summoner class kit look like if there was one? Oh. Same as sorcerer. An eidolon in a box and a leash. A Magic the Gathering deck. Man, fuck you guys. Alright, let's see. We'll look up kit. I'm not here for your smart answers. I'm here for the truth. Detective kit, climber kit, fingerprinting kit, snare kit, alchemist kit, barbarians kit, bard kit, champion kit, cleric kit, druid, fighter, monk, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, wizard. All right, somebody said sorcerer, so let's give that a gander as it is. Are you allowed to cast Featherfall if you're surprised, like by trap nobody saw? That's a great point, Red. I don't know if you can use reactions while you are flat-footed, and flat-footed would imply that you are surprised. Now I don't know what to do. I'm paralyzed. How am I supposed to DM this for people? I feel like I'm going to be kind of like a heartless Pathfinder DM. Like, I see all these Pathfinder DMs that are like, yeah, we'll sit down for like 90 minutes together and I'll help you build a character. Man, shit, I ain't going to do that. Like, if you want to play Pathfinder, that's cool and all, but you got to make the character, I think. I don't know. That's kind of wild. I'll give you, like, a pre-con character if you don't want to make it yourself, but, like, man, I ain't sitting down with you and helping you figure out this fucking shit. I already went to college, okay? I don't ever want to go back. I feel like I'm in college right now. The Sorcerer's Kit cost 2 gold, 3 silver pieces, and 2 copper. You get 20 sling bullets, a dagger, a sling, caltrops, and an adventurer's pack. Okay, well, I don't need, like, any of that stuff. Adventurer's pack. This item is the starter kit for an adventurer containing essential items for exploration and survival. The bulk value for the entire pack together, but see the descriptions of the individual items to know for sure. The backpack contains a bedroll, 10 pieces of chalk, flint and steel, 50 feet of rope, 2 weeks' rations, soap, 5 torches, and a water skin. I have an 8 strength. Alright. Let's go over to the build thingy again. Alright, what is a survey map? Maps are uncommon. Most maps have a simple functional survey map. Details a single location in excellent detail. And it costs 10 gold. So we don't want that. Is there like a price filter so I could just have the poor people stuff? Because that'd be really great. Let's see. Air cartridge firing. Magnifying scope. Jesus Christ. Alright. Alchemist lab. Air bladder. Adventurer's pack. Alright, we'll do an adventurers pack. Yep. Really? Buy it? Okay, yeah, do it. Fucking pull the trigger. Alright, add gear. Let's see. We don't need arrows. I don't even know if I need spell components. Let's see. 10-foot pole for sure. Here, I sent you a pic on the Discord. Okay. For my build, rope, water skin, rations. Yeah. The adventurers pack. That's what I just bought. I thought that there was specifically like a summoners pack that had stuff that would be good for a summoner. Reinforced surcoat. This surcoat, made of thick fabric and light chain, designed to protect vital areas. You apply it to medium or heavy armor. I certainly don't need that. I don't want to bring my printing press with me out into the wild. That seems like a bad idea. Playing cards. Okay. A periscope. A weird flex. Oil. Yeah, for sure. We want some oil. Yeah, give me that oil. It's got 0 bulk. Does that mean I can just carry as much as I want? We're gonna take like 5 oil. Wait, can I get more? Let's see. Buy, accept. Do I have to buy it over and over again? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hey. All right. What is this? Yeah. Oh, okay. And let's see what else we got. Oh, basic crafter's book. This book contains the formula for 0-level crafting items. Well, we definitely want that. Okay. And then, let's see. I kind of want like some scribe's tools or something. That seems like it'd be useful. Map making tools. Is there any search function here? Cartographer's tools. A compass. 1 gold. A compass helps you sense direction or navigate, provided you're in a location with uniform magnetic fields. Without a compass, you take a -2 item penalty to these checks. A lensatic compass gives you a +1 bonus to these checks. How much is a lensatic? Oh no, it's too expensive. Come along. This portable winch consists of a length of cable or chain with nope. Oh, I guess I should have clothes. That's a thing. So we'll add clothes. Yep. And let's see. Do you need artisan's tools? You need these tools to create items for raw materials with the craft skill. Sterling artisan's tools give you a +1 bonus. Whip, we don't want those. Alright, artisan tools. They have a bulk 2. You need tools to create items from raw materials with the craft skill. Sterling artisan tools give you a +1 bonus to the check. Different sets are needed for different work as determined by the DM. Are they all bulk 2? How much bulk can I carry with an 8 strength as a small creature? Am I just going to be like not able to move? And why are alchemist tools cheaper? Let's see. This mobile collection of vials and chemicals can be used to complete simple alchemical tasks. What else do we got? A bomb launcher. A brass ear. A brass ear is a short, flared tube with one narrow end comfortably fit against your ear canal. When using a brass ear to listen through a door, window, or thin wall, if the barrier would normally increase the DC of your perception to hear sounds on the other side, the DC increases by only half as much as it normally would. Oh, it says above the add gear button what my thing is? Okay. Bulk 9. Alright. So you could carry as much like 0-level stuff as you, or 0 bulk stuff as you want, and it's just like doesn't worry about it. I'm into that. You can apply a dragon's crest to a shield. Interesting. Familiar satchel. Aww. This armored case is made to protect any tiny or smaller creature contained within. It includes air holes, which can be plugged with cork stoppers for underwater travel. 2 receptacles for food and water. Any creature inside has neither line of sight nor line of effect to the outside world, but also cannot be targeted by attacks that require line of sight or effect within the satchel. However, an area of effect that deals enough damage to break the case also damages the creature inside. The satchel is made of leather with a hardness 4, hit points 16, and a break threshold of 8. A creature can enter or exit the satchel using 2 of its actions, an interact action to open the satchel, and a single action to with the move trait to enter or exit. That's adorable, but I don't know if I can afford 33% of my net worth for that. So I will have to pass. Earplugs. Ho ho! These small pieces of cloth and stuffing have been crafted to dramatically muffle sound and easily slide into and out of your ear canals on humanoid creatures. You can insert or remove them from your ears or willing creatures' ears with a single interact action using one hand. They take a -2 circumstance penalty to all auditory perception checks, but also a +2 circumstance bonus to saving throws against auditory effects. So there's actual clear rules about earplugs? That's incredible. Alright. Let's see. What else do we got? I don't need a day goggles. Let's see. The darkened lenses of these goggles protect sensitive eyes against daylight. Aww. It's like a real item in this game. It's not just something we made up. Crowbar. Wait, what is a bulk L? Bulk L seems bad. When forcing an object that doesn't have an easy grip, crowbar makes it easier to gain the necessary leverage. Without a crowbar, prying something open takes a -2 item penalty to the athletics check to force open. A levered crowbar grants you a +1 item bonus to the athletics check to force open anything that can be pried open. Oh. So it actually gives you a +3 bonus because it takes away the -2 penalty. But it's like heavy. Alright. What do we got going on here with cookware? No description. And it's 1 gold. Damn. Concealed sheath. I guess we're just eating rations anyways. Let's see. Concealed holster. Compass. Alright, we'll keep compass on there for now. What else we got? Clockwork heels. This clockwork footwear features a marvelous mechanical heel built into the base to increase your speed. When you lean your weight into your heel, they're heelys. So you got heelys. Okay, cool. A non-magical way to increase your speed. Seems pretty good. Bulk L is 1 bulk. Wait, no. Bulk L, I think, is light, as in 0.0 bulk. Oh, okay. Clockwork dial. Oh my god, all the clockwork stuff's really expensive. Clockwork bookshelf. Bulk 4. I don't want to deal with that shit. Climber's kit. Only 5 silver. This satchel includes 50 feet of rope, pulleys, and a dozen pitons, a hammer, a grappling hook, and 1 set of crampons. Climbing kits allow you to attach yourself to the wall you're climbing, moving half as quickly as usual, but letting you attempt a DC 5 flat check when you critically fail to prevent a fall. You gain a +1 item bonus to athletics checks to climb while using an extreme climbing kit. A kit has only enough materials for 1 climber. Each person needs their own kit. Alright, well, we'll keep that for now. Let's see. Cartographer's kit. Wait, why are you a bulk 3? And 42 gold! Oh my god. Let's close that. We don't want to look at that. A candle. Caltrops. These 4-pronged metal spikes can be used to cause damage to creatures' feet. You can scatter caltrops in an empty square adjacent to you with an interact action. The first creature that moves into that square must make a DC 14 acrobatics check or take 1d4 piercing damage and 1 persistent bleed damage. A creature taking persistent bleed damage from the caltrops takes a -5-foot penalty to its speed. Spending an interact action to pluck the caltrops free reduces the DC and stops the bleeding. Once the creature takes damage from the caltrops, enough caltrops are ruined that other creatures move into the area are safe. Devoid caltrops can be salvaged and reused if no creature took damage from them. Otherwise, enough caltrops are ruined that they can't be salvaged. Alright, I will just write on napkins. Burnished plate, buoyancy vest, This is some really cool shit here. Bottled sunlight. Leshies can derive nourishment from specially formulated bottles of sunlight instead of natural sunlight, but these bottles cost 10 times as much as standard rations. I would say that Leshy's probably not good for an underground campaign. Let's see. I got a bedroll already. I got the crafter's book. Alright. Where's my 10-foot pole? Where's my 10-foot pole at? A folding ladder. Let's see. This multi-hinged 10-foot ladder is useful for climbing upward or across dangerous pits. You can fold or unfold the ladder with 2 total interact actions. They don't need to be consecutive. Well, that's good to know. Formulae book. The formula book is necessary to make items other than the common items in this chapter. Alchemists typically get one for free. Each formulae book can hold up to 100 different item formulas. Oh my. Formula could also appear, oh my god, on parchment sheets, tablets, or anything else. Sure, I have crafting. I'll take a formula book. That's fine. Glass cutter. This small rod. Nope. Nope, we don't need that. Grappling arrow, grappling bolts, grappling hook. Let's see. You can throw a grappling hook with a rope tied to it to make a climb easier. To anchor a grappling hook, make an attack roll with the secret trait against the DC depending on the target, typically at least DC 20. On a success, your hook has a firm hold, but on a critical failure, the hook seems like it would hold, but falls when you're part way up. Womp womp. Let's see. Hammer. No description. Checks out. Handcuffs. Harrow carrying case. What is a harrow? The elegant wood case contains a recessed section to hold a simple or common harrow deck and a harrow mat. Wait a minute. Do they have Gwent in Pathfinder? Alright, Pathfinder harrow. Okay. They do. They have Gwent. The harrow is a method of divination. Oh, no. It's for, oh, it's like a tarot deck. Oh, that's really cool. A harrow deck is considered innately invested with power. It can wrest information about a person's life. Oh, that's cool. A harrow consisting of 2 parts, the choosing and the spread. Wow. If I double down on the astrology, that could be kind of cool, actually. Is there like a skill associated with this, or... Let's see, is divination widely used? Or is it just like for funzos? Alright. I will remain cautiously curious of this right here. Watertight to protect its contents, but it is a bulk 1. Alright, healer's tools. Probably need those. This kit of bandages, herbs, and suturing tools is necessary for medicine checks to administer first aid, treat disease, treat poison, treat wounds. If you wear your healer's tools, you can draw and replace them as part of the action that uses them. Alright, sounds good. Heated cloak. What do these numbers mean, like this number 5? Do I have to be that level to use them? Is this like a level requirement? I feel like there's got to be some explanation for what these numbers mean. And the more powerful things seem to have a higher number. So maybe that's what they're for. An igniter. An igniter is interlocking clockwork to create a small spark in order. Oh, so it's a lighter. It's a 5 gold piece lighter. Jellyfish lamp. Let's see. Alchemist kit. We don't need that. We have kit. Night maintenance kit, night tabard, lantern, light rider. What the fuck's a light rider? Cutting edge invention, magical. It's a typewriter. Oh wow. Okay. Magazines, manacles, marked playing cards. Material component pouch. This pouch contains material components for the spells that require them, though the components are used up over time if you can refill spent components. You can refill spent components during it. Alright, so I'll take that for sure. What's a mechanical torch? Powered by electricity. You can turn the mechanical torch on and off by toggling a lever on the side. What's your flashlight? Alright. Membership cords. These braids are worn as no to society. Merchant scale, a mirror. Yeah, we definitely want a mirror. All right. Musical instruments, net launcher, paper shredder, periscope, pickpockets tailoring. What is pickpockets tailoring? Sewn into clothing. Pickpockets tailoring modifies the existing outfit by adding concealed interior pockets. Ooh. Let's see. Portable RAM, practice targets, printing press, rations, reinforced surcoat, religious text, repair kit, rope, rubbing set. That's actually pretty useful. Using rubbing set, you can quickly make a copy of carvings or etchings you find during explorations, making them easier to accurately reproduce. The kit consists of a roll of thin onion skin paper and a waterproof leather case, several thick wax crayons, and a bar of sealing wax that can be melted and used to temporarily hold the paper in place while you take the rubbing. Using the kit consumes the materials and provides a +1 item bonus on the checks to document or reproduce work or writing that has been carved, etched, or otherwise physically added to a surface. Oh shit, it's 1 gold for each use of a rubbing kit? Oh man, I don't think I could afford that at baby levels. Ruler. A ruler is a straight-edged object used for measuring small distances and accurately drawing straight lines. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sacks. Oh yeah, we definitely need some sacks. Carry all our treasure back. Sambucha is a long covered troop bridge. You know what? I'm going to say I don't need that. Scholar's Journal. Scholarly journals are uncommon. Each scholarly journal is a folio of a very specific subject, such as vampires, or the history of a single town, or a neighborhood of a city. If you spend 1 minute referencing an academic journal before attempting a skill check, or to recall knowledge about a subject, you get a +1 bonus. Compendium of journals costs 5 times as much as a single journal and requires both hands to use. Alright. A shield sconce. This carefully balanced metal bracket can be attached to the front of a shield, allowing you to carry a torch in it without giving up your hand slot. That really warms my fucking heart to see that there's an official item for having a torch on your shield. I think that's really good. Oh, man. Red, that is a really good idea. The Giphy, like, ammunition dice is such a smart, design. I know in one Pathfinder there's a whole system for hero readings, but unless the DM makes the meaning anything, it's just pulling cards and making up spooky futures. Okay, got it. Shootist Bandolier. This leather bandolier holds up to 3 repeating hand crossbow magazines in leather pockets. Oh, that's cool. Siblings coin. Nope. Signal whistle. Yes. When sounded, a signal whistle can be heard clearly up to half a mile away across open terrain. Smoky goggles. These goggles are smoked glass. When wearing them, you're considered to be averting your gaze. Oh, that's pretty cool. But all creatures have concealment from you. Pretty neat. Snare kit. Okay. Snowshoes. Soap. It's just soap. A blank spellbook. A spirit singer. That's a little too expensive. We'll worry about that later. A steam flight. Is this a jetpack? There's a $6,000 jetpack just listed in your adventuring gear? Okay. It does have a 15 next to it. I just think that you have to be a level 15 to use it. Let's see. Survey map we already established is very pricey. Alright, and then we got tack, tearaway clothing, hacha. Performers and criminals are both known to use disposable clothing designed to be torn off the body quickly and easily. This garment is loose enough. Wait a minute, in D&D we just do it when it's funny. Like, there's actually mechanics for it in Pathfinder. Purchasing a new outfit and the tearaway clothing's price to the outfit is part of the purchase. Tremendous. Here we go. 10-foot pole. When wielding this long pole, you can use this. You can use Seek to search up to 10 feet away. The pole is not sturdy enough to use as a weapon, and it is a bulk one. And honestly, I'm gonna be like 2.5 feet tall, so I feel like it's really stupid to have a 10-foot pole on my character at least. Maybe I could guilt somebody else into carrying the 10-foot pole. There's a tent. There's a pop tent. Okay. I would like to sleep in a tent. Thieves' tools, I don't think I have proficiency. You need thieves' tools to pick locks or disable devices using the thievery skill, which I don't have. Alright, a timepiece. I don't need to know what time it is. Tool long and tool short. This is a catch-all for basic hand tools that don't have a very specific adventuring purpose. A hoe, a shovel. I know what a hoe is used for in adventuring. A sledgehammer is a long tool, and a hand drill, ice hook, or trowel is a short tool. A tool can be usually be used as an improvised weapon, dealing a d4 damage for a short tool and d6 for a long tool. The DM determines the damage type that's appropriate and adjusts damage as needed. Alright, Traveler's Cloak. These cloaks are designed to accommodate long treks through various climates. Traveler's cloaks for hot climates might be bleached white and created from lighter material, and those for cold might be made of thicker materials and have linings intended to retain heat. When wearing a traveler's cloak for the appropriate type of weather, increase the time it takes to become fatigued by 2 hours. Well, that's good to remember. Alright. I think we're just in Fantasy Florida, so I don't know if we need to worry about that. Twinning Chains Violet Ray. This got brought up before. I think it's a laser gun. No. One of the physicians claim it was able to heal anything from headaches to heartburn. Okay. Well, it's 1,893 gold and rare, so I don't think I'm allowed to purchase it. Water purifier. Small tube. Water purifier. We got a cleric. We should be fine. Water skin. Wax key blank. A small wooden box is slightly larger than the typical, revealing 2 halves filled with wax. When a key is placed in, the wax is displaced by the key, leaving an accurate impression of the shape. Once the key is removed, the impression left behind will remain indefinitely and can be later used to cast a duplicate key. Inserting, impressing, or removing a key. We're just going to kill everyone and take their keys. Wooden taws. I don't know what a wooden taw is. Let's see. Wooden taws. Wooden taws. Oh, it's I don't know. I don't know what it. I'm getting a lot of BDSM stuff here. All right. It's a type of ammunition for a bow. All right. Cool. And then writing set. Extra ink and paper. Using a writing set, you could draft correspondences, ascribe scrolls. Yes, we want that. Alright, and what about a regular writing set? Using a writing set, you could draft correspondences. Okay. And buy. Oh no! I spent too much money! Okay. What do we get rid of? Let's see. What can we compromise on? Healer's tools, maybe. No, wait. We have to care about our allies. That's really what's killing us, is the, is that... What about a compass? Man. Alright. Ugh. I'm so poor. It's the healer's tools that are killing us. Okay, let's try to work through this. Alchemist tools seem like they'd be pretty good, but we probably don't need them right away. So let's drop those. Okay. Now can we afford? Oh no. Okay, hold on. Alright, well obviously the sack for 1 copper isn't setting us back. Do we really need a mirror? Maybe not. Mirrors are pretty important though in dungeon delving. I need my formulae book. Probably don't need a compass. No, probably need a compass. Crowbar. I'm already really weak. I'm gonna need every advantage I can to try to open stuff. Man. Alright, I guess we'll... What's the point of going into a dungeon if you can't crack open the sarcophagi? Alright, healer. Oh, man, I don't want to, like, pass on the healer's kit, but it's, like, so expensive, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. I mean, we can't compromise on the tent. We have to have a nice place to sleep at night to keep all of our paper dry. Let's see. We need our components for casting spells. Climbing. This satchel includes 50 feet of rope. It doesn't. I mean, it feels like you're getting a lot for your 5 silver pieces in there. Alright, alright, alright. We'll drop that. Now can we afford it? No! Okay. Let's see. Oh, man. What do we get rid of? I don't want to lose the healer's kit. Alright, I guess we're going to lose the healer's kit. We have a cleric. It should be fine. I guess. The healers get so expensive for low levels. Okay. Alright. Let's ditch the mirror. Let's ditch the mirror and see if that works. Oh my god. Alright. I don't know if I could really compromise anything else here. I really don't want to get lost at low levels, so it kind of feels like compass is good. Maybe somebody else can guide us, though, when we're outside. Buy one after my first payday? Okay. Goodbye. Really buy earplugs, crowbar, compass, formula book, blank, material component pouch, a sack, signal whistle, a pup tent, writing set with extra ink and paper, writing set. For 5 gold, 9 copper pieces. Yes. Alright, we got 4 gold left, so that's what we're going to use to survive in the world, I guess. Alright, hell yeah. So over here, it gives us our pet automatically. We got our marauding dragon. That's pretty cool. It's all set up. Where do we pick up this dude's feats? Is this his feats right here? Your Eidolon has no ability boost at this level. Alright, he has a disarm. You can use this weapon to disarm. What about changing it? Can I change it? Oh, I can change it. Is this allowed? I can just change this? Alright. Let's see. What the fuck does fatal mean? Why wouldn't it be fatal? Tripping is supposed to be pretty good too. Why don't we do that? The damage type will be slashing. Wait, I can just change any of this? Is that really allowed? Okay. So we're gonna change this to slashing vipers. There we go. Alright, and then it's got wings. And the wings do bludgeoning damage and are an agile finesse weapon. I don't think I need them to be a finesse weapon, though. Can I change those too? Let's see. Boo! Boo, I'm stuck with that. Alright. Potency rune. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Stat block. Hide common descriptions. Okay. View skills. Him have same skills as me. That's good. Add conditions, add buffs. Breath weapon, add equipment. Where's my evolution feat? Oh, that's over on the feats tab. Fuck, we still gotta do the feats? Alright, we're gonna put Celestial Caravan. Accept. Over here on feats, we got the gnome feats, Animal Accomplice. We got the skill feat, Arcane Sense. And we got the summoner feat, Expanded Senses. Your Eidolon evolves more accurate senses, acute senses. Your Eidolon gains low light vision and dark vision, as well as scent and okay. Do I change any of these? Or are they just set for me? Like, where did I pick all my feats? Let's see. And this is my actions cheat sheet. Just a few actions. Nothing major. Show plan. Where are my feats at? Let's see. Set abilities, extra, skill training. Do I not get to pick any feats yet? What's my Eidolon's name? Oh, man. That's a great question. I have no idea what his name will be. He is a paper dragon made out of books. So, let's see. Terms used in book binding. Common bookbinding terms explained. Alright. Fastback binding. That is his name. Wait, hold on. Marbled paper. Quarter binding. Register ribbon. Saddle stitched. No. This is terrible. Fellow verso. Is the left-handed page on a book that is usually numbered with an even page number. Alright. Its name will be Verso. That will be the Eidolon's name. So, let's see. Pets. Edit pets. Pet's nickname is Eidolon. His name is Verso. I do not want it to start small because I am small, and then I can ride around on it. Dewey is really good too. It feels a little, feels like low-hanging fruit though. I like Verso. All right, so let's see. Because he's medium, I can ride on his back, and that's really cool. But where do I get my my other stuff? Let's see. I thought that I got like an evolution feat or something. Does that not happen right away? Let's see. Level 2, level 3. Free feat, arcane sense. Yeah, I'm just not seeing where I would pick it up. So I guess I am done with my character? Question mark? Seems good. Alright. I don't have any weapons. I don't have any armor. I have some spells. How does one wear something? Is that a thing you can do? Let's see. Let's increase. We'll get one more water skin. And we'll do... We'll do, a couple of extra sets of earplugs, because people never remember that shit. And one extra set of clothes. Alright. That seems good. Add gear. Oh, do it... Shit. Was I cheating just now by adding all that stuff? Like, do I have to buy it each time? Oh, okay. Hold on. Undo that. Shit. What other thing did I add that I didn't have before? Earplugs and that, and oh, water skin. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go back in for a little bit more gear, and let's see. We're gonna take one more water skin. And then we're going to take another sack. Let's see. Alright. And then, let's see. Religious text, we don't need that. Earplugs, they're up here. You know what? I could probably just handle that, like, at the beginning of the game. Or, you know, manually. Should be fine. Alright. That does mean that we could add our crowbar back in, though. Alright. Cool. Yeah, no, this is dumb as shit. Like, I think it's really cool, and it's making a very cool character, but, like, if I go into the dungeon and I fucking die in, like, the first session, I might just never play Pathfinder again. When I was a child, and I didn't have as many responsibilities, and commitments as I do now, I think I would have really enjoyed how deep this system goes. I would have gladly spent an entire afternoon doing this. We have been working on this for 2.5 fucking hours. That's wild to me. Now, admittedly, I know nothing about the system, so we're learning everything as we go, but it's like, it's a lot, you know? And I'm not even sure I did everything right. Like, I could have sworn I was supposed to be able to buy some feats here at level 1. But maybe at level 1 you just get these feats and then you know, you get more feats as you go higher in level. Let me check this here book. Let's see. All right, Ranger, Cleric, Bard, Barbarian, Mutagenist. Okay, classes. Alright, playing a class, class features, initial proficiencies, during combat. Alright. Let's check our Summoner's Guide, see if we missed anything. We'll go to feats. Alright, Summoner feats. First level feats. Yeah, you are supposed to get some feats. At first level, you should get a feat. Not always necessary, but you're building advanced weaponry. But if you're building around your Eidolon, doing things like shove and trip, this allows you to select more than one of these options. Oh, that's pretty cool. Dual studies. If you're short on skills but want to cover more of them, this is a great way to get yourself a skill that your Eidolon won't use, like persuasion, and get your Eidolon a skill you won't use, like athletics. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright. Again, though, why don't I have the option to pick out feats? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it under here? No. Summoner. Attacks and spells. Set abilities, extra skill training, heritage. Go down here. But then it says level 2 is my class feat. But where's my level 1 class feat? Is my class feat my Eidolon? Or my Eidolon? Oh, expanded senses? I don't want expanded senses. Let's see. Because I don't need expanded senses. No, I have share senses, feats, share senses, expanded sense. Okay, but I want to get rid of this. Oh, how do I change this? Oh, evolution feat. I see it. It's up there. All right, excellent. So evolution feat. All right, then we don't want that. Alright, what are our other options then? Energy, heart. The damage resistance scales very slowly, but dealing energy damage that gives your Eidolon a way to get around physical damage resistances. Note that this only changes the damage type to one of your unarmed strikes. Eidolons start with 2, and you can add more later. Expanded senses. Scent is a great way to find hidden and invisible creatures. Okay. And then there's extend boost. Unfettered Eidolon is Growling is more accuracy against low light and dark vision as well as, but we already had low light and dark vision. I don't feel like that's like worth taking. So what is the other one that it says you could do is dual studies? Let's see what dual studies does. I'm getting a little worn out on this, so I will, as soon as I finish this, I am done. You and your Eidolon have some skills you practice on your own. Choose 2 skills. Your Eidolon becomes trained in one of those skills, and you become trained in the other skill. At 7th level, you each become an expert in the chosen skill. Oh shit. These skill proficiencies are not shared between you and your Eidolon. We're going to take that. I'm going to go ahead and do athletics on the Eidolon, and then I'll take something else for myself. So, more than likely, I would probably... Oh. It's a lot of things I could take at this point. I'll have to think about it. But that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take dual studies, as their feat. All right, sweet. Yeah, I understand it gets like a weird sort of blind sight, and that is kind of cool for a dragon, but I would like to have, even more skill coverage. So, right now I don't want to take athletics, and you get like expertise out of it too, which sounds pretty good. So, I don't know. I might just go with the skill one. All right, cool. Well, now that I've worn myself out cramming this Pathfinder 2 information into my very dumb brain, I am done. So hopefully there's an easy way to get this character off of this site and into Foundry. Otherwise, I will need to do all of these things again in Foundry, which that part feels a little bad. It feels a little bad. So I'm going to save this character locally to my computer. That sounds pretty fun. Accept. And then, oh, you can export a JSON file or a character sheet or just a stat block. So I imagine there's a lot of ways to get it into Foundry then. Ooh, look at my character sheet. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. It's 4 pages long. Cool. All right. Well, all right. The expanded census users always trying to make a rogue. I'm not always trying to make a rogue. I just like being able to do things. That's all. I just like being able to do things. Anyways, I'll probably change my mind too if I read up on the skills before the game and decide that skills can, there's skills that could do things that are like, wow, I wouldn't have expected this skill to be able to do this. And by having training in a lot of skills, I can try out all the different things there are to do, which would be pretty fun. Alright, despite using your proficiency skills, Idyllian does not get to use your skill feats. If you take feats which give you a new skill option, your Idyllian does not gain the benefit, except for that dual training one. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do the dual training one. I think that'll be fun. So he'll have athletics, and then I'll have something else. So we'll figure that out later. All right, cool. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. 2 hours and 36 minutes later, I feel like I will be able to try this character. Whew. And I didn't really cover this class so much as stumble through the creation of this class. If you guys want actual guides on the different classes without having to read someone's dissertation about the class, you could just watch like that Nonak guy. I think he has class guides for every single class on his YouTube channel. And he's a huge advocate of the game and all the other stuff. So, yeah. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I will be streaming this game. And we'll get to see this character in action and see what happens as we go. So, we'll see what happens. All right. I'm doing all right. You showed up just right at the end there, Limit Licks. But we will be back later today to do some prep for our level 18 5th edition game. So I'll be back around 6:30 p.m. or so to do that. Hope everybody has a great Monday, and I'll see you next time.